secret on a day like today, if you're in that shorter coaching staff in that locker room, what are you telling your team?
Man, you got to, when you're in a situation like that, you really just got to focus on yourself. You got to, make sure you're playing your best football, doing the things that you need to do to not beat yourself, first and foremost against a team that maybe has a little bit more talent than you. You can't help them at all. So really focus got to be on yourself, playing great, and trying to control the things you can control.
Put the pressure on the team that's favored, right?
Yeah,
that's kind of the way we were talking about when we were over at Florida A&M a couple weeks ago for that game with an FCS opponent. That's what you want to do. You want to put the pressure on that other team,
right,
so that then all of a sudden they feel the squeeze at home, and Argos try to avoid that here. Pee Wee Jarrett, I think, and I mentioned that with Coach Nobles, it's almost like he's getting overlooked a little bit because of what John Giles is doing.
Yeah.
And Pee Wee has put together back-to-back weeks, with West Georgia and North Greenville, where if John's not doing what he's doing, he's probably the Gulf South Conference Player of the Week. What have you seen in the maturation of Pee Wee from last year to this year? He was good last year.
Yeah. Man, he's been really impressive just how he's kind of progressed this year, and I think testament to Coach Nobles and all the coaching that he's done. Done a really good job. Coach Beaudry being back, and completion percentage way up. He's doing a real good job.
We have jumped in with the live broadcast here on the Your View side and the Flow Sports side. So we welcome everybody in on the viewing side of this TriCast, as we're on the radio with ESPN Pensacola as well. It is homecoming here at the University of West Florida. Will Kennedy and Coach Kyle Shoemaker with you from Penn Air Field. Man, it's October. The sun is shining, not a cloud. Well, there's a cloud or two in the sky, but it's not going to rain. At least we got that part of it out. A little bit different for us. We're indoors.
Yeah.
We've been up top on the makeshift press box here at Penn Air Field. We've been right outside. Now we're behind the glass.
Yeah.
And we got the whole spread right in front of us of the whole production side of it. So that we're going to try something a little bit different here on this Saturday afternoon. We've just been kind of talking through this game on the radio side of things, but now here we are. Getting ready to get this one going. This is always a little bit different when you've got homecoming. They've got the homecoming court that will be out there at halftime of this one. We'll also be catching up with Kenny Martin, defensive lineman who transferred here from Florida Tech. He'll be our halftime guest. But we're talking about this game a little bit. Shorter comes in 2-3 on the season for the TV audience. We've just been discussing this on the radio. But they're 2-3. They're riding a 2-game losing streak. The Argos come in with back-to-back wins, and they have really been sharp offensively the last 2 weeks against West Georgia and North Greenville. Coach, they're putting up 40-plus a game the last 2 weeks, and I would imagine that's going to continue or could continue this afternoon.
Yeah, they've just been really efficient offensively. They've taken what the defense has given them. They haven't been overly aggressive. They've been opportunistic with shots that they've taken, and I think you've seen them. You just kind of get in that routine, and you get into the, you're staying on schedule, and the little plays, all of a sudden pop to big ones, and they look really good offensively right now. They're playing good team football, and they've been doing that all year, it seems like.
Defensively taking the football away from the other team. They got 10 turnovers through 5 games, and the points off turnovers have been huge. A little bit of a homecoming surprise that we've got for you here is the Argos getting ready to run out of the tunnel here in a second. You will notice something a little different. The players did not know this till they went back in the locker room. They thought they were going to wear a certain uniform today. There were some new uniforms there for them. You're going to like these. They've got a little bit different shade of blue, a little bit different Argos script across the front, and we don't give too much away because you'll see it here when they run out in a second. But I see your captains are going out there at the middle of the field. Pee Wee Jarrett, a captain today, Deshaun Wilson, C.J. Wilson, as well, and Griff Sarah, your captains for this football game for homecoming 2023. The hype video is up on the board right now. The teams are getting ready to run out of the tunnel. This is going to be big, and Tony Wynn, our friend Tony's kind of behind. Let's come up with something a little different. Let's pop a new uniform on them. And here they come. Take a look at these. That's a sweet shade of blue.
That is really
right
cool.
There as the Argos run out with something new for homecoming, right? Something,
that is great.
It's like a wedding.
That's a great
new and blue.
Psychological deal too for the players, man. Everybody probably feeling good. They got a brand new uniform on. It's something that looks good, and not that it didn't look good before, but that's always a nice little juice to have the guys get fired up right before the game.
Add something a little extra for sure.
Look good, play good.
John Giles comes into this one, as we were talking about on the pregame show on the radio. He is the leading receiver at the FBS, FCS Division II level right now in yards and touchdowns. more than 600 yards receiving, 8 touchdowns. The last 2 weeks, Coach, 450-plus yards, 5 touchdowns over a 2-game span.
Yeah.
He wasn't feeling well at sections this week, but he says he'll be ready to go here this afternoon. John Giles at 50% is probably still pretty darn good.
Yeah, no doubt. You can't get 50% shorter, so he's
can't
he's
coach
a big
height,
man.
right?
No,
Yeah.
you cannot. But no, I think going back to your question earlier about Pee Wee Jarrett and stuff too. I mean, you look at Giles. I mean, I think Pee Wee had Dave Durden last year, a guy he could kind of rely on in clutch situations, and I think John's kind of become that guy for him, somebody that he feels comfortable, throwing to, and not that he doesn't have other weapons, but I think there's definitely a good relationship there.
Yeah, he's got, Caden Leggett, who on any other team is one receiver, number one, and it's kind of 1A in this situation with Giles. But sooner or later, somebody's going to try to take John Giles out of the equation with double team, triple team, whatever it is, and then you've got Caden Leggett, and you've got KJ Franklin, Jacoby Quillen, and a host of other guys that can hurt you. And I'll be interested to see. We saw Jackson Blaylock, a tight end, catch a pass. I think we're up to 3 tight end receptions already through 5 games, which is ahead of previous seasons.
Very good,
paces. I would imagine, Coach Nobles is always looking for, how do I get my different playmakers into the mix? How can I get the ball to guys? And I think last week, late in that game at North Greenville, we saw Jalen Bussey take 157 yards to the house. We've kind of been waiting for that big play in the running game, and there it was. And you mix that in, all of a sudden, what do you do as a defense?
That's what makes this Argo offense fun to watch, is that they don't just have one good player, or a couple average guys. They've got a bunch of real weapons out there. And so if you try to take one away, they're going to hit you with a couple others. And, you got to kind of pick your poison, as they say. So they're a fun offense to watch.
So the Argos are going to get the football go on offense here to start the game, as it looks like Shorter will be prepared to kick this football off. And the Shorter Hawks 2-3 coming in. The Argos 4-1. Shorter 1-2 in conference play. The Argos 2-0. Shorter's got that extra conference game in there. So we'll get an opportunity to see Tyler Simpson, the kicker for Shorter, put the ball in the air. He's had 6 touchbacks on the season. He can boom the ball, averaging almost 61 yards. This one punched up to the side and in the air. They're going for that pooch kick, but it goes out of bounds. That's going to kill you, Coach.
Yeah. I think they were trying to get a little surprise pooch kick on side there. They loaded all their kickoff guys to the left side there and try to catch the Argos off guard. But
so here come the Argos out on offense to get things going. It'll be Pee Wee Jarrett leading the offense onto the field. The offensive line across the front for this one, left to right. Jacob Bruce, Colton Beasley, Oak Stite, Chop DeCour, Big Namanta DeCour, and Ben Freeman, your starting offensive lineman. And they're kind of settling this out with the officials. We'll see where this ball will be spotted. It's going to be at the 48-yard line, Coach. That's pretty decent starting position for the Argos. You don't want to give this offense that short a field, do you?
No, it's not. It's not a good place to start for sure. So, especially for a team that's been moving the ball efficiently and effectively. So, we'll see how it works out.
Yeah, you'll take it on your own 48 to kind of get things rolling. So, no time runs off the clock. Still the full 15 minutes to play in this quarter. A first down play. They'll run it into the left side of the line. Nice little burst there for C.J. Wilson as the Argos come out. Always looking to establish the run game. Just that nice little RPO type look. Gets across the 50 into Shorter territory. And that'll set up a second down and about 6. Yeah, you may have to stand up there, Coach, to see. We got a little bit different setup in here.
Some traffic in front of us here.
Jarrett back to pass. He's looking deep down the field. Has a man. It's Giles. Giles is being held. Boy, it looked like the defender had his arm all over John Giles' shoulder as John was streaking down the side of the field there. We lose him in the tunnel from our vantage point, but that was, take your shot, right?
Right.
You put in a nice play, so now it's going to set up a third down and 5 or so.
Yeah, middle of the field, good place to be aggressive, take a shot. You're in good field position here. A good call there. I like that early shot by Coach Nobles.
C.J. Wilson at the running back, the starter, but you'll see Jamontez Woods and you'll see Jalen Bussey as well. Jackson Blaylock, your starting tight end, and Caden Leggett, Jacoby Quill, and John Giles, your starting receivers. That's the starting offense for this Argo team. They'll run it. A little bit of a misdirection. Wilson turns the corner, gets inside the 45. He's going to be close to that first down yardage. Looks like he's got enough to move the chains. That's some good hard running from C.J. Wilson. First down of the game for the Argos. Good job up front of chopped a cord, just kind of sealing the backside there and letting CJ get around the corner.
Yeah. Hey, that's good eyes by you right there. I was like, man, he can see yard lines right there from where we are. That's
I
nice.
don't know. I'm just guessing a lot of the time.
I'm looking down at the monitor in front of us, too. And I was like, hey, he's right on.
It gets to the 42, so that got what the yardage they needed, and they'll go with a fresh set of downs here. Blaylock comes in towards the set here. Quick out on the side. He's got Caden Leggett gets into the defender. They're going to have to gang tackle number 1 to bring him down. Short gain there on first down.
Yeah. Man, Leggett is a physical, strong receiver. He is not easy to bring down.
No, he runs 6'2", 205 or so. And, yeah, I mean, he doesn't look as big, obviously, as a John Giles, but it took 3 or 4 Hawks defenders to get him down. Shorter across the front of their defense. Jasim Henry at one defensive end, Bruce Guyton Jr. at the other. The nose tackles Tony Bethea, defensive tackle up front, Ryan Richardson across the front 4 for the Hawks. And Coach Zach Morrison. Here we go. 2nd down and 2 after the gain of 8. They're looking towards the end zone. He's got a man there, incomplete. So once again, kind of going for that deep shot.
Yeah, tried to hit Giles on the skinny post right there and just right out of reach there, just slightly.
It was a gain of 8 on the previous play, on the first down play to Caden Leggett. So why? Again, take a shot. It's 3rd and 2, right? You set yourself up with a 3rd and short opportunity to keep the chains moving. And the Argos mixing up the run, short pass, and taking a couple shots downfield early on. And that's what this offense is really kind of all about, is a variety of things they can throw at you.
Yeah, they've got a lot of different weapons, like we were talking about in the pregame. A lot of different ways they can hit you for sure.
I see Tony Wynn down there trying to make the goalpost look a little bit better, a little bit lopsided down here in this end zone. Here we go, 3rd and 2. They'll run it into the right side of the line. Not a whole lot of room there, but he may have gotten what he needed, or did he not? No, a loss on the play.
Yeah, it looked like the Hawks got an all-out blitz right there.
Yeah, run blitz, and they stuffed it. I didn't think he got much at all, but from our vantage point, you couldn't really tell. But they lose some yardage there, and let's see. Do you run out the field goal attempt with the ball at the 36? Lost 2 on the play. This would be a long one, probably outside of what you want to try for Griff Sarah. So they'll go for it on 4th and 4. No need to punt here. Jarrett puts 4 receivers out in the set. He's looking to his right. He's got a man. That's got to be interference. It is. KJ Franklin had the defender beat. All he could do was grab hold, and that's going to be a Argo first down, and that'll move the chains and give him a fresh set of downs. Not, when in doubt, grab if you're the DB.
Yeah, Hawks tried to bring some pressure there again, and Argos took advantage of the one-on-one matchup, and fortunately didn't catch it. But what's up, man? How you doing?
Kind of had a mismatch right there, and KJ Franklin was going to run past the bigger defender.
Former defensive lineman Desi Bigby coming by saying, hey, we got all sorts of alumni.
Doesn't look like a defensive lineman anymore. He's lost a lot of weight. The linebackers for short are Mark Harris, Devin Lane, Milton Adams, 11, 10, and 3 of the numbers respectively. Trey Thomas at one corner wears number 1. Number 19, Tobias Lewis at the other corner. And your safety, Hunter Hudson, number 24. He just got hit for the PI right there. Another safety is Artelis Edmond. He wears number 2. So the Argos with a fresh set of downs at the 21-yard line here off the penalty. And they're going to look to throw, out of the hands of the defender. That one could have been picked off. He tried to, Pee Wee did jam one in there to KJ Franklin, but kind of sitting right on top of it was number 2.
Yeah. Is that Brandon Cross there? I'm sorry, no.
That was Franklin in the route. I'm trying to see who's number 2 for
Artelius Edmond.
Yeah, Edmonds. Yeah, Edmonds from his safety position slid in there and broke that up and really kind of had his hands on it. So
he
it just
did.
Goes as an incompletion.
Argo's kind of lucky on that one right there. He was in pretty good position to maybe take that one and make us pay a little bit for it. But
sometimes the quarterback, and you'll watch it and you'll on TV and you'll think, why did he throw that? Well, he didn't see it. He didn't see the person dropping back into coverage. Run into the middle. It was a hole for a second, closed down in a hurry. Not much doing for C.J. Wilson. Good job by this shorter front of stuffing the run.
Yeah, Hawks bringing pressure again. Blitzing early and often here, trying to get some stops against this Argos run game.
Looks like that went for nothing, so it's going to be 3rd and 10. The Argos capitalize with a pass interference penalty, but unable to really make much happen out of that so far. So they'll bring to the line of scrimmage. We've got 3 receivers out to the left of Jarrett. Single is on the near side is Leggett. Pee Wee back to pass. He's throwing it for the back corner of the end zone. It's a fade. Incomplete, so the Argos come up short here just on the outside of the red zone. Actually in the red zone. He gave them 2 yards on the previous play, so that was a 3rd down and 8. And they will run the field goal unit out here now. So Griff Sarah with an opportunity to come out and kick. So let's do the math for him, Coach. Ball's spotted at the 19, 7 yards back, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's going to be a 36-yarder. Yeah,
yep.
36-yard attempt coming. This is right in Griff's wheelhouse. Griff Sarah 1 for 2 on field goals. He's made a 31-yarder. He missed a 40-plus last week against North Greenville. Just told me he overcooked it a little bit, pulled it, as they say in golf vernacular.
Yeah.
And he was beating himself up after the game. Gets into this one. Oh, this one misses to the right. I think he tried to kind of baby that kick a little bit, Coach, and it just didn't make it.
Yeah.
That'll bring us to our first break. Scoreless with 11:13 left in the first quarter. The Argos and the Shorter Hawks all knotted up right here on the UWF Sports Network. Back with you here in Pensacola, Florida, Penn Air Field. Homecoming 2023 as the University of West Florida Argonauts take on Shorter. Shorter starts this drive, their first drive of the game, from their own 20. They'll run it. A little bit of room around the left end, pushed out of bounds. That's Jaden Dollard on the handoff from Josh Brown. So some positive yards on the first offensive play of the game as we jump right back in. So missed field goal after the Argos had that short field, really kind of starting that first drive, Coach, right out at midfield and unable to really capitalize off that.
Yeah. Hawks did a good job being aggressive on defense and got away with no points there, giving up, and backed up in their own.
They'll cost themselves some yards here. Yeah. There was a penalty on that play before things could really get rolling, so back them up. Let's see if is that a hold or was that an offside. If it's a hold, then you're backing up to the 10-yard line. So, yeah, they'll go to the 10.
I believe so, yeah.
How about a first and 20?
Yeah. It's good for the Argos, that's for sure.
That is not what you want to do if you're Shorter. We'll get both offenses and defensive set here on this side of the football, but it is Brown at quarterback. Other than the first game, he's been the starter for the other 4 so far. They'll hand it off left side of the line, bottled up quickly. Jaden Dollard nowhere to go into these nice new blue jerseys, and that's Juice Williams. Justice Williams, number 54, getting up off the bottom of the pile.
Yeah.
Coach, they're in our living room right here from where we're sitting. I feel like we could get out there in the play, maybe make a tackle. Loss of 1 on the play. It's another TFL for this Argo defense.
I love it. I love to see the chaos plays there for sure.
It is.
A lot of sacks.
Juice Williams, Colin Shaw, John McMullen, Kenny Martin across the front. Linebackers Ralph Ortiz, Walker Robinson, Gael Laurent, Big G, OG. Elijah Williams at one corner, Virgil Williams at the other. This one a quick out to Dollard. Can he stay in bounds? He does before taking a big pop over there. I believe that was Williams coming up from his corner position to get him.
Yep.
Your two safety, DJ Barnes and Amari Mitchell. That's your starting defense for the Argos. And so limited on that play was this shorter offense. So they've got a 3rd and long coming up here.
Yeah, his Argo defense, man, they're not giving up nothing.
They're not playing around.
They're
less than 100 yards a game rushing, 99 yards a game rushing. They only give up 176 in the passing game, so they're really throttling you kind of everywhere. 3rd and 16 from the 14, flushed out of the pocket. The Argos are trying to get to Brown. Brown's chased out. Guy Laurent chases him. He's going to be short of the first down, picks up some good yardage, but it's not going to be enough to move the sticks, and that's going to force a punt. Yeah. Good job of getting a 3 and out for this Argo offense. But if you're shorter, Coach, you're behind the chains right away with that holding penalty.
You are not a good start to the day. Not want to be able to kind of flip the field there a little bit after you had a great stop by your defense. But got to get out of here with a good punt and see what the Argos can do with this return.
Gain of 7 right there. The punt is kind of, whoa, what happened off the foot with that one? That was a weird looking, had a bunch of backspin, didn't really go very far at all. There's a flag down here near the line of scrimmage. It was a gain of 7, I think, on the previous play. But we'll see what the call is coming here. But that was Wyatt Walters, the punter, only averaging 37.4 a punt. That just came off the foot. Ugly.
Kind of spinning awkwardly there a little bit.
And the crew is taking a peek here.
Looks like
I guess, are we taking a break here? Yeah, we'll take a break with the two teams. Still no score, 9:19 to play on the UWF Sports Network. Hold them for what we need. Back on offense. You not holding them? What? He ran out on the field for no reason? Why did they get the ball back? Yeah, it was a penalty, I guess. Must have been 15-yard penalty on some foul. Back in 30. Back with you here from Pensacola, Florida. Will Kennedy, Coach Kyle Shoemaker. There was a penalty on the punt on the 4th down play, and so Shorter kept the ball. It was a unsportsmanlike, must have been a roughing the kicker. It was really kind of hard to tell from where we are. But anyways, long and short of it, Shorter gets the ball back, and they pick up 5 on first down, then an incomplete pass. So sitting at their own 41 right now, but still on the move offensively. Josh Brown takes a snap, looks to his right. He's got pressure. He's going to be chased out of the pocket. Brown's going to tuck it up and try to get away from Walker Robinson, but no, sir.
Walker Robinson covering some ground right there.
Flying to the football and puts Brown out of bounds. Really kind of no gain on the play. Looks like it'll set up a 3rd and 5, 3rd and 4. We'll see what the official spot. Looks like it actually 4th down and 5 now. So we'll try the punt again. How about that?
Yeah. Redo this here.
We'll try and see. I don't know. I'm going to ask here, are we taking another break if we stop, no, we're just going to keep it here because we got confused on that last one. Didn't realize it was a penalty, and they should have kept it with us. So, fake punt? Nope, just a rugby style, and that one is just as ugly as the other one was.
Yikes.
Now, you were telling me, right, Coach, if it's a rugby-style punt, you're a runner.
You are a runner. There's no way to
you don't get roughed.
In theory, there's no way to tell if you're taking off to run with it or if you're about to pull up and punt it. So if you do try to kick it, you are not protected anymore.
I don't see a flag, so it looks like the Argos will have the football here.
Yeah.
And we'll put them on offense, and it looks like the ball will be at the 46. So the Argos back on their own side. But again, Coach, great field position. Missed the field goal on the first drive, but they'll get an opportunity to have a short field here again.
Yeah.
7:50 to play here in the first quarter, no score. Argos did get into the red zone to the 19-yard line on their first possession of Shorter, but missed a field goal, a 36-yarder from Griff Sarah.
Yeah, not much gained on that punt there. Went pretty far out of bounds pretty quickly there, so hopefully the Argos can capitalize on this field position.
Jarrett claps his hands, takes the snap. He's looking out to his right. He's got Jacoby Quillen. Quillen had a man around his ankles, got away from him, but a nice job of getting to number 6 before he can turn the ball upfield. As Shorter's flying to the football here, but that's a good first down play.
Yeah, good tackle there by Hugh Barbie, the Shorter safety there.
9 yards, so not bad at all. Move it inside Shorter territory to the Hawks 45. It's 2nd and 1. We'll see if they go a deep shot or just go ahead and pick up the first down here. Jarrett moves some in close to the line of scrimmage. They'll hand off. There's a hole on the right side, getting through it, making the first man miss. C.J. Wilson stays on his feet. He's going to get deeper into Shorter territory. Nice run by number 8. And, Coach, for a second it looked like he might bust one.
Yeah, that was a great job. He made 4 or 5 defenders miss right there. Really good job by C.J.
Argos go tempo here quickly. They'll snap it on the next play. Ball's at the 25. They'll find Quillen. He makes the first defender miss, so a gain of 20 on the run by C.J. Wilson. And they go right back to it, really putting some pressure on this Shorter defense. That nice, quick, sharp throw from Jarrett to Quillen, and they'll turn it upfield. It's a nice gain of about 5 on first down.
Yeah, good job right there. Quick screen on the perimeter.
2nd down and 5 now. Jarrett brings him back to the line of scrimmage. 3 receivers out to his left, far side of the field. He's going to look that direction. Doesn't see anything. Then he does fire it up towards the end zone. Wide open, touchdown Argos. And the Argos draw first blood in this one. Jacoby Quillen with a touchdown catch. I guess if they're going to try to take away John Giles, you got another big old receiver out there.
Right, that's right. There must have been some type of miscommunication out there. Jacoby Quillen was wide open down there in the end zone. So nice job by Pee Wee finding the open man and getting some points for the Argos there.
Argos doing a nice job of moving people around because Quillen was over on the right side of their formation the first couple snaps. They move him over to the left. They find him. He was wide open, Coach. There's nowhere anywhere near him.
Yeah. When we got that quick screen game going, I was hoping we were going to see him throw it over on Leggett's side. He's pretty physical on those blocks. He's fun to watch.
Point after is up and good. Don Vellante with the snap through.
Yes.
Logan Gregory with the hold. And Griff
right.
Sarah, that'll feel good. I know he hates missing the field goal, but he punched that one through nicely. So Argos are up 7-0 with 6:20 left here in the first quarter, Coach. That's what you want to see. Basically not a turnover, but you force a bad punt. You get good field position, and then you're able to convert that to points right away. And it feels better after missing that first one.
Yeah, definitely. Good team football right there. Holding the Hawks to minimal field position gain, and then the offense turn around and convert.
Great camera work from Jack Passione down there all over that play, and we're looking at the replay here for the radio audience. And that's as easy a throw as Pee Wee Jarrett's going to have in a while because the guy's just wide open. As a quarterback, I think you're just thinking at that point, don't mess this up.
Yeah.
Don't miss him.
Yeah. I don't know what those guys think. They just throw it out there. Let it rip.
It's funny, though. I was watching a game the other day. I was trying to think of who was playing, but it was one of those games where they tried a gadget play, a trick play, right?
Yeah.
You had a receiver throwing the football and a running back, and he had a guy so wide open, but the throw was so ugly. and they made a catch. The guy made a catch, but it was like off his shoestrings, and you're thinking, just throw it like in the general vicinity of his upper body, and instead it was just kind of one of those. So.
Right.
Now, Pee Wee's not going to have any problems with that. He's going to enjoy those type of throws, and so – getting a chance to see some recognitions on the field. I believe that's Sandy Sansing and his family out here, local car dealer here in Pensacola. And right with this facility that we're at here, the Darrell Gooden Center, one of our generous boosters. Sandy Sansing is one of the guys building an addition to this, and it'll be the Sandy Sansing Sports Medicine Center, and that's where all the training will move to. The coaches, too late for you, Coach Shue, but they're going to move upstairs in this beautiful building and out of the portable that they've got over there. So things are moving forward, and the plan is at some point here to go ahead and build a stadium here on campus as well, too. And I know Dr. Martha Saunders, the president of the university, sent out a survey this week asking people to kind of chime in and tell us what they think and what they'd like to see. And so the future is bright. It's homecoming. We've already mentioned we've got all these former players and of course, alumni back for this as well. And everything is moving forward. Yeah,
really good to see. Good positive movement. And great to fire it up for the players and coaches get to experience all that. That's good stuff.
Logan Gregory punches this one in the air. It's high. First touchback of the season for Logan Gregory. He gets a little bit of that wind behind it and a little homecoming juice flowing and puts that one in the end zone. So starting from their own 25 will be shorter here on offense.
Yeah, I can't tell. It doesn't look like from looking at the trees or anything that there's much wind out there assisting anybody one way or the other. So, yeah, that was all leg right there.
I think, he was like, I haven't had a touchback yet, and I know that guy that commentates is going to say something about that if I don't get one sooner.
That's right. We'll give you a good shout-out if you get it in the end zone.
Let's get the rest of the offense from left to right on the offensive line. Jagger Jones, number 65, left tackle. Left guard is 72, Price Campbell. The center is 58, Clay Baker. 51, Carson Carpenter, the right guard. And the right tackle, number 71, Alan Heron, across this shorter offensive line. They got some big bodies up there. Josh Brown back to pass on first down from his own 25. Dumps it off in the middle, makes the first man miss, and turns it upfield. Nice play on first down. Looks like he's going to get about 8 yards on that short throw and catch, and he found, I'm trying to see who that was, number 3, Brandon McGill with the reception. His 7th on the season. Jalen Marshall is number 5, Bo Musteller, wears 0, and 13, Trevor Durden, the wide receivers. Big John Deedle, the tight end, 6'7", 250, number 87 in there. We've talked about Jaden Dollard and Josh Brown, the quarterback and running back there. Dollard's in the backfield to the left of Brown. Brown takes the snap. He's looking down the field. He's got a man open along the sideline. That looks like that's 13, Trevon Durden with the catch.
Yeah, good little pitch and catch there by the shorter Hawks. Getting rid of it quickly there.
It's going to be a first down. They'll move the chains and get out near midfield. So 47-yard line, gain of 17 on the throw and catch there. Nice play. Brown comes in, completing 64% of his passes, 700 yards on the season. 2 touchdowns, but 3 interceptions. And this one, he had some pressure in his face. There's a flag down on this play, but the pass was nowhere near. It was an incompletion.
Yeah, a couple Argo defenders there hitting him as he was throwing. I'm not sure what they're going to get the call is.
We'll have to see what the call is here from this officiating crew, this Gulf South Conference crew. And the Argos, Coach, I didn't want to talk about this, but I'm going to have to because there's a flag on the field. Next to either last or first, depending on how you look at it, in penalty yards a game. 108 penalty yards a game is the average. Last week, 16 for 160-plus, which I know as a coach would make you lose some sleep at night.
Yeah. We've had a couple this year. There's no doubt.
And the Argos are, I think, costing themselves right here. Did they? Where are we moving? What are we doing?
Looked like they moved.
Oh, uncatchable pass?
Okay.
Yeah. Looks like that is the call. So it just brings us up a second down and 10. We'll take it when it's not actually a penalty. We like that.
Yeah.
Even if there's a flag down, they just pick that laundry up, put it in the washing machine, get it out of here.
That's right. Pick that up.
Brown brings a man in motion across the set here. Second down and 10. Ball at the shorter 47. They'll run a little bit of a jet sweep to Dollard. Dollard dances around, finds a little room on the left side, sticks his head through and gets through that hole. It's going to be a short gain. It'll bring up a third down. Maybe give him 5.
Yeah.
Is that still a short gain? 5 yards?
I guess it depends how many you've got to go, yeah.
Or 4 technically, as I think he's on the Argo side of the field to the 49-yard line. 3rd and 6, down in distance.
And the third medium there for the Hawks.
Looks like the Argos in these beautiful new blue jerseys. They're wearing this kind of light blue, not quite powder blue. I don't know what you call it. We're going to call it Argo blue with the white pants today. Yeah. The white helmets. This throw got through Jake Dorn's hands. The receiver got it. It's going to be a first down. Nice delivery by Josh Brown.
Yeah, a little play action play there, pulling it, throwing it, hitting that little slot receiver there over the middle.
He just missed. Dorn threw one of the big paws up to the defensive lineman, and it
Lineman
almost looked like he had a chance.
There. Yep, absolutely.
Gain of 14 down to the 35. So here comes this shorter offense on the move.
First time the Hawks have really been this far into UWF territory. Oh, a little reverse play.
Yeah, reverse play. There's the throw. We talked about it. That thing is quacking all over the place. Man, that was a tough one. It looks like that was Durden throwing it. Was that 13 or 15? I couldn't really see.
I think it's 13.
From where we were. But, yeah, a little bit of a gadget play and did not come out of the hand very well.
No, and Walker Robinson got a nice hit on Durden there as he threw it.
There's a flag down on the field. Are they going to call – can you call roughing the passer if it's not the quarterback?
That's a good question.
Because it's a trick play. I mean, he could be running with it. He could not. I don't know. And it's going to cost the Argos 15 yards, and there you go, adding on to that season penalty yardage.
Yeah, the personal fouls hurt you. Those are big ones.
Takes that to the 20-yard line. So now red zone for Shorter.
I said nice hit, and the ref said that was a penalty. So I guess.
Yeah, and you know,
throw a flag on me too. I guess. You know.
Remind me when we stop play to bring up what Coach Nobles and some of the coaches kind of said to me, and you wonder. This is pulled by Brown. He's going to run it himself. He gets stacked up right side, going nowhere. Maybe a gain of 1. Good job by the Argo defense, throttling that play before it could go anywhere. A lot of RPO, a lot of kind of misdirection from this Shorter offense.
Yeah.
Good containment there. He might have gotten 2 yards, and they will mark him to the 18. It'll bring up 2nd down and 8.
Yeah, Walker Robinson in on that one again there. Argos had that one bottled up.
Dollard will slide to the right of Brown. Brown surveys the UWF defense. Here we go. 2nd down. Back to pass. Stays in the pocket. Looks to the end zone. He had 2 Argo defenders converging on the play. I believe DJ Barnes is there to break it up. And look for a second like there might be a play on the football by this defense. That'll bring up a 3rd down and 8.
Looked like one of the corners from UWF kind of slipped off of his man there late and almost picked one off there, surprising that quarterback underneath.
Coach Caleb Nobles encouraging his defense. Got that red challenge flag in his back pocket.
Yeah.
Just in case you need it. A big 3rd down play here. So Shorter in the red zone, first time today, 2nd possession for the Hawks, and they put together a nice drive with a little help from some Argo penalties. This is a big 3rd down play. Man comes in motion and then goes back from whence he came. Brown will pull it. He's rolling out to his right. He's looking down the field, throws. He's got a man in the end zone. Touchdown Shorter. Good throw from Josh Brown. Argos lost contact with the receiver, and Shorter answers the UWF touchdown with one of their own from 18 yards out.
Wow, yeah. Good little misdirection, a little boot play right there. Good throw and catch.
Good delivery right there for sure.
Argos had good coverage, but that got put right outside of range there.
On the money.
Yeah.
And an opportunity to tie this football game up with 2:56 left here in quarter number 1. PAT attempt coming. Tyler Simpson on to kick it. He's been 14 of 15 on the season. That snap was a little off in the kick. A little squirrely, but it gets through. And we've got a 7-7 football game. So how about Shorter? We talked about sometimes how the Hawks got a knack for keeping it close with the Argos.
They do.
They make it happen right here. And so the Argos will get the football back. So, Coach, what I was going to mention was with the penalty situation with the Argos, Coach Nobles' mothers were saying, you get a reputation, and then sometimes you just get calls because officials talk to each other, different crews, and that's what they're worried about. It's like some of the rough in the passer calls and things. It's just like you get a reputation as a defense if you're aggressive, and maybe some of those borderline calls go against you.
Interesting.
Yeah,
maybe. I don't know. I never thought about that before, but yeah, I guess so.
And it's kind of hard to get out of that.
Yeah.
If that is the case, that crews kind of come in thinking, well, that this is who they are, then you don't get the benefit of the doubt.
Yeah. We've had 2 very influential ones so far. With one with the roughing the punter that gave the ball back to Shorter, and then 2 with the roughing the passer that gave those guys an extra set of downs, and ultimately resulted in a touchdown right there. So, it's been influential so far for sure.
Simpson will put the ball back on the tee. He's going to kick this one off. high and deep in the air. The Argos are actually popped up, and it's going to be a fair catch there. I believe Jackson Blaylock, the tight end, with the fair catch. So the Argos get the opportunity to start this drive. Third possession of the first quarter from their own 25-yard line. Their last one, they were able to chew up 54 yards and put it in the end zone on the Pee Wee Jarrett to Jacoby Quillen touchdown. Let's see if they can come back and answer Shorter's answer with putting some more points on the board. 2 minutes and 50 seconds left here in the quarter. Plenty of time for the Argos. They have to go a little further this time. They have to put together 75 yards if they want to get to the end zone. I know that'll be disappointing, Coach, for the UWF defense to give up that touchdown early. And they'll run it here on first down. Nice little gain on the left side, 5-6 yards. So Jamontez Woods getting his first shot here in the game. Kind of get that nice mixture between C.J. Wilson and Jamontez.
Yeah, good little 1-2 punch. Couple good backs there at the Argos got in the backfield.
Some good blocks at the point of attack right there, and sets up a 2nd down and 4. Jarrett takes the snap. They'll run again. Big hole right side. Puts a head down, punishes the defender out across the 40. Jamontez Woods doing his thing.
Yeah, good physical run there by Woods. Making a guy miss, running another guy over. That was a great run.
Argos get it out to the 41, and they'll go right back to it. Quick pass out here to Caden Leggett on the left side, on the far side of the field. He gets submarined there pretty quickly.
Yeah.
Short gain on first down.
Quick screen to Leggett.
Really only got a yard on that one. See Devin Gibson walking past our broadcast position. Legendary center for the Argos. National championship winner.
Tough.
Tough as they come. 2nd down and 9 from the 41 here. Flags fly before the play can even start. And these are the ones, I know, the roughing the passers and some of the other things, coaches will tell you, those are bang bang in the moment type plays, but false starts and other kind of stuff, those are the killer ones, and that's going to back us up 5 yards.
Yeah.
And so instead of a 2nd and 9, which is already pretty long down in distance, now you're 2nd and 14.
Yeah. Putting you in extra long is definitely it's not good. The 5-yarders don't always kill you, but personal fouls certainly do, and those 5 yards adds on to a 2nd and 14. They're influential for sure.
We had a couple last week where we'd get 2 of those in a row, and all of a sudden you're really putting yourself down. Jarrett back to pass. He's got a man down the side. It's Zach Alford, and the defenders come flying in. There's some contact. Not quite sure if I saw a head turn back to the football, but no flags fly there, so it just goes as an incompletion. Now you're looking at 3rd and 14, and that's where that penalty hurts.
Yeah. Alford looked like he almost made an unbelievable one-handed grab there. He kind of reached back over his shoulder, reached out one hand, but couldn't quite finish it there.
Felt like Buck had to kind of slow down for that football there a little bit, so nice job of trying to get back and make the catch. Big 3rd and 14 here, and another flag flies. It's another false start, and this is what I was talking about. All of a sudden the penalties just start racking up and adding up in a hurry.
Yeah, those ones are tough to argue. False starts and whatnot there.
Frustrating, not just for the coaches and for us and for the players, but the crowd doesn't, they're trying to get into this game. It's a 7-7 game, and it's tough when you keep putting the car in reverse, and now you're sitting at 32.
It does. It definitely can hurt your momentum and your mojo for sure.
3rd and 19. This has been, you pick up a nice first down running with Jamontez Woods, and then all of a sudden you're in the mud.
Yeah.
Jarrett back to pass. He's got all day to throw. Nobody open. He's going to have to run around. Good coverage down the field by Shorter, and Jarrett's going to take the sack.
He took all day too.
Yeah, he took all of it, and then
half
the night
to get open. Yeah,
just nobody open.
Yeah.
Clock continues to run down towards the end of the first quarter, but the Argos are going to be forced to punt the football. So, momentum, old Uncle Mo in the Shorter.
Yeah, definitely.
Sideline right now.
Couple bad penalties there, and then taking a big sack there at the end. That was.
He lost 2 yards back to the 30. We were sitting with first down at the 41-yard line.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden you're backed up to the 30. 4th and 21. Logan Gregory will come out to punt. Not the most electric of first quarters for this Argo offense.
Good
low-driven punt. The return is on right side. Good job of flowing down there and making the play. That was, I believe, that's C.J. Farron.
Yeah.
With the 22 rolling in there on special teams. So Shorter will get the ball back. 13.7 seconds left in quarter number 1. We got a 7-7 football game here on homecoming with UWF hosting Shorter on Gulf South Conference football here on ESPN Pensacola, 1330 AM, 99.1 FM. Your View Sports and our Gulf South Conference streaming partner, Flow Sports, as well. This drive will start at their own 36 for Shorter, and they're coming off a touchdown drive. They'll run it.
Ooh.
Nothing going there. Big stop up front by John McMullen. There's that guy.
Yeah.
That'll take us to the end of the quarter, and we will take a break here, 2.5-minute break across the UWF Sports Network as the Argos and the Hawks are tied 7-7. We're back with you, and we got to clean it up here because the score is 7-3. Argos are on top. Apparently what we thought was a touchdown pass was out of bounds, and it looked like they just came right out and kicked an extra point, but that was a field goal, and that is the short explanation for the long and winding story of how we are 7-3. First down play here. Flag flies on the sideline because, of course, it does on 2nd and 16. And we'll have to see what the call is here. It was going to be a short completion out to the right side for this Shorter offense. But, yes, so it's a field goal. And I apologize because the live stats are not working here.
Yeah.
We're having some issues, obviously, up in the press box area.
I was thinking the same thing.
And I thought I saw hands raised for a touchdown down in the end zone, but instead it was an incompletion. So the Argos come up with some red zone defense and only give up a field goal.
Yeah. Well, offensive holding.
That one is, that goes against Shorter. So we'll take that. We'll take that and back it up. But it's one of those spot fouls. So during this play, which would have picked up some positive yardage, would have gotten them out to the 36, a 6-yard gain. Now bounces back 10 yards, so put it at the 26 with the penalty. But that'll bring up second down. Okay, a little bit of confusion here on the scoreboard, down and distance. I don't think it's 2nd and 20. Well, it might be 2nd and 26 because I see where the marker is down there. Oh my gosh! That's a huge one. So really, really behind the chains here. Ball at the 20-yard line. They'll just run it, a little safety play, but they're not going to get much at all.
No.
Into the left side of the line, the Argos are all over it. So the defense starting to kind of put a stranglehold on this a little bit. As Shorter would move the ball in the previous possession, but this time Argos front four all over it.
Yeah, tough to overcome. 2nd and 26. That's not a lot of good play calls.
Well, how about 3rd and 27? You got to play for that because
No,
they lost it. They lost a yard on that one.
Hail Mary.
To the 19. How about, you know what I like on 3rd and 27? A quick kick.
Yeah.
So they're not looking
Yeah,
for it.
that's right.
Randall Cunningham style. They'll throw over the middle, bounced around off the receiver's hands, and he somehow came up with the catch. But then good job, Ralph Ortiz and some other guys in blue are there to get that one wrapped up in a hurry.
Good catch there by Durton. He got hit by a couple different guys, and not bad at all.
Yeah, they ended up picking up 17 yards, I think it was, to set up a 4th and 10. So got back to the original line of scrimmage, Coach.
Yeah, wow.
Wasn't a bad little play.
If it weren't for the penalties, they'd have a first down.
Ball is out to the 36. A little bit of a rugby-style kick and popped up. Virgil Lemons has got it, and they're all over him right away. He made the catch and was trying to get a return on, but flying down. A lot of Shorter Hawks in the white jerseys, blue pants, white helmets here today. We'll keep it here. 13:24 left. The Argos get the football back, and they'll get an opportunity to go on offense here. So let's clarify it again. It looked like a touchdown. It's going away from us again. We're indoor at the end of the field here, and it looked like there was a catch, and instead it was out of bounds, and it was kind of right over in the corner of the end zone.
Yeah.
Thought it was a great play, but instead goes as an incompletion. You run it out there, and I think what happened was there was no play in between, so we thought it was the PAT because of where they were in the field.
Flag on us.
Right there, we'll take a penalty.
We'll take 5 yards on that.
Argos get the football here. They'll start on their own 28 for this drive. And the last time they had the ball offensively, Coach, it was a little ugly. And it was really the penalties that hurt them.
Yeah.
So they'll try to come out and clean that up here. Jarrett, 4 receivers out. One coming into motion across is Jacoby Quillen from right to left for us behind the play. A little bit of a run out here to the right. Not much doing. Shorter all over that one pretty quickly.
They were. Argos went with a little stretch play there and weren't able to pick up much there.
Ben Freeman slow to get up over there on the right side of this offensive line. Really, Shorter's done a nice job of keeping John Giles quiet here. We haven't really called his name. He's out here on the right side of their set towards the far side of the field with Quillen. Dr. Judy Bentz is in here in the control room. And anytime she wants to get, if you want a headset, I'll put you on. You can call some of this game with us. Quick strike to Jared Smith. Smith turns the corner, dances out to the left. Good play by Jared, who's kind of slowly last couple of games. Doesn't have a lot of catches, but he's getting back into the rhythm here. It's good to see number 11 getting the offense going.
Been good to see him get mixed into the equation here.
They had a loss 2 on that first down carry, but they're going to pick up those 2 yards back plus 8 more. It'll set up a 3rd and 4 ball out at the 34 now. Big third down play here after that last possession. You want to at least pick up a couple first downs, kind of move these sticks a little bit. Jarrett looks over the defense. He's got C.J. Wilson to his right. Tight receivers on the near side of the field. He's looking that way. Chased out of the pocket. Peewee's going to tuck it up. That's going to be a first down run. He may just keep going for a little while. He does, bobbing and weaving across midfield into Shorter territory. Coach, it's not the prettiest running style, but it's effective.
No, he's matured as a runner, too. He's not trying to do too much. He's just getting vertical there, picking up positive yardage.
Oh, look what's happening here. There's a flag down. Because, of course, there is. And this one's coming back on a 3rd and 4 run. It looks like it'll be a hold against the Argos.
Those can be tough when your quarterback's scrambling around. Offensive linemen don't always know where that QB is.
Where we are at this point.
Yeah.
So instead of a 3rd and 4, it's a 3rd and 14 back to the 24-yard line. And we'll try that again. Jarrett, you mentioned it, Coach, though, even though that is nullified by the holding call, that he's not trying to run over people anymore. No. He's just trying to get around them and pick up what yards he can. That changes the equation here. They'll go back to it. Same formation. Ball is on the near hash. Receivers tight here on the near side of the field. 2 out on the far side, Quillen and Giles. It's Franklin and leg it here near side. Jarrett back to pass. Needs to get the football out. He does. He's looking for Giles. It's wide of Giles. Good coverage over there. It'll be an incompletion. That'll bring Logan Gregory out to punt from his own end, deeper in his own end than the Argos would like, that's for sure.
Yeah, this shorter defense, they've held their own here so far.
Not giving up in the passing game. Good job by the back end, really, of covering things up because Jarrett's, as we mentioned, he's had plenty of time to throw. He's just not finding anything open.
Right. And obviously the holding penalty hurts you there too. Pee Wee with a great pickup. It gets negated there. And now the Argos are forced to punt, unfortunately.
Yeah, you were going to be in the shorter end of the field here.
Yeah.
Gregory rolls out, rugby style, end over end, takes a Argo bounce, but it's going to give some pretty good field position here to shorter. That is not the longest kick. It dribbles inside the shorter 40. We'll take a timeout here with the two teams. 7-3 is our score. Argos on top again, 7-3 with 11:50 left right here on the UWF Sports Network.
Change doesn't happen by luck or chance.
It doesn't quit, it doesn't give up.
Real change occurs in that split second, a moment of connection among people. Who will you connect with? What will you change?
What will change you?
The University of West Florida. No limits.
What do you expect from that first job out of college? Working your way up from the bottom? Instead, how does this sound? Starting in a guaranteed leadership position with people who look to you for guidance because you're trained to give it and make important decisions in critical situations. Skip entry level. Decide to lead as an Army officer.
Groundbreaking orthopedic care is more than top-rated quality scores.
The right-hand side, Argo is going to stack that up pretty quick. Good job of flowing to the football from the guys in blue across the front. You always love it as a defensive coach when it's a gang tackle, right?
It is. That's right, man. It's good to see a bunch of different people in there on that.
Short gain, maybe a yard or two. They'll officially put it at the 41, so it'll be 2nd down and 8 after the short carry. So Josh Brown led a touch, or we thought was a touchdown drive. It ended up being a field goal drive. They got inside the red zone. The Argos were able to hold them to a field goal. UWF's had the one drive offensively that led to the touchdown. Everything else has been kind of choppy at best, and I'm being polite when I say that. Brown looking to throw, fires it, had a receiver, but instead it was almost a 3rd interception of the season for Ralph Ortiz.
Yeah, he had a hand on it there. Just dropped it there at the end. But
it was kind of behind him, and he threw the mid up. But a nice job of just sitting in that coverage, and it goes for just an incompletion. 3rd and 8 now. Argos have not given up anything to the big tight end, John Deedle, and I think that's a positive here.
Yeah. Taking him out of the game for sure.
Josh Brown kind of fits the mold of a lot of quarterbacks we see in the GSC, you know, have seen already this season and will see in a Patrick Shigog, for instance. Able to run, able to throw. Here comes a big play. He's looking down the field. He's got a man, but just overthrows him. Nice coverage there. Amari Mitchell was sitting on top of number 3, the receiver, Brandon McGill, out on the pattern. So the Argos get a nice 3 and out, and they'll get the football back.
Yeah, big over route there by the Hawks, and the ball was just thrown slightly behind and not able to capitalize.
We do have another member of our broadcast team. It's Kate Thomas from ESPN Pensacola with us this week. And she is down there. She will obviously get Coach coming off the field, but a little bit of technical issues that we're dealing with here on the broadcast being indoors. This punt takes a bounce and kind of bounces. Those are dangerous because that's pinballing all over the place, Coach. You're never quite sure who's going to come up with it there.
That's right. Yeah, you typically make a call to get your own people away from that so it doesn't hit you and become a live ball, but nothing damaging there.
Wyatt Walters is not killing the football with his punting. I mentioned he's below 40 yards a punt, which is usually your threshold, right, for a punter. 40 yards a punt and above, and start getting past 45, it's pretty darn good.
Yeah.
He's not killing the ball, but really unable to return them because of the way he's kicked them so far. So the Argos will start at their own 27 with this drive, 10:47 left in the first half. 7-3 our score. Argos on top in this homecoming game, but it's been slow in the first half here. See if they can get something going. They'll run on first down. Wilson finds a hole. Left side of the line. Gets past the first guy. Gets past the second guy. Won't get past the third, but it's a big gain on first down as he chews up some AstroTurf here.
Yeah, Wilson breaking 2 tackles there. Almost looked like he was going to break that last one, and defender got off his block and chased him down from behind, but that could have been a big one.
He would have been running for a while longer.
Yep, almost popped.
Give him the 43, so really nice gain there. A 15 or so on first down. Argos are on the move. They'll bring in Blaylock closer to the set on the left-hand side. Jarrett pulls it out of Wilson's belly. He's looking to throw deep. He's got a man down there fighting with the defender. There's flags flying. Not quite.
Leggett and that defender were kind of fighting back and forth for
there was a little tussle, if you will, there, and it was 1-1. Trey Thomas and Caden Leggett. We'll see what the call is. They may get offensive.
That's kind of what I'm thinking. I think they might call him for offensive pass.
Yeah, because Leggett definitely saw the hands extend.
Yeah, and I saw the ref make that motion with this.
Oh, no, they're going to get Trey Thomas. And Leggett's got something to say to Thomas. There's a little bit of jawing going over here on the sideline. Coach Nobles is out on the field, but this is going to be PI against Shorter.
We'll take it.
I was about to say, if they start calling offensive PI on us, then all is lost, Coach.
Man,
I'm not quite sure how to deal with that one.
Never gets called. I don't care how bad the offense is.
Yeah, you basically have to kick a guy and bite him.
That would have validated the argument that we had a reputation and therefore we're getting called for more stuff for sure.
So flip it into the shorter end of the field to the 42 with the 15-yarder. Big hole left side. There goes Wilson again. He's got blockers out in front. Blaylock and company takes it deep down and inside the 20. Big run. Boy, the left side of this line over there, Jacob Bruce, Namonta Decor, just opening a gigantic hole for C.J. Wilson. Looked a lot like the first down run. He's got a convoy out in front of him on that play. Inside the 20, Argos in the red zone. They'll come back. They'll dump it out here to the right side, down near the goal line. The Argos firing right back to it. Did he get in? It is a touchdown. Touchdown Argos. I couldn't tell from that angle.
Yeah.
And I'm hesitant. I'm a little gun shy now. But it is 7. Nice job of getting into the end zone.
Was Jacoby Quillen there on the
yeah, it looked like it was.
Yeah.
Looked like it was Quillen. They just came back with some tempo, dumped a quick pass out to the outside, and snuck in there right at the goal line. Beautiful touchdown for the Argos. And we mentioned wanted to get something fired up, and they do. Here comes the PAT to extend this lead out to 11 if Griff Sarah can knock this home. Really nice play. And actually, John Giles with the touchdown. I couldn't tell if it was Quillen or Giles. It is John Giles getting into the end zone.
6s and 8s. They're tough
Kick
to
is
see
up.
The difference on the
far
good.
Side
of the field there for sure.
9.5 to play. We break with the two teams again. 14-3 our score. Argos on top by 11 right here on the UWF Sports Network.
Change doesn't happen by luck or chance.
It doesn't quit, it doesn't give up.
Real change occurs in that split second. A moment of connection among people. Who will you connect with? What will you change?
What will change here?
The University of West Florida. No limits.
What do you expect from that first job out of college? working your way up from the bottom? Instead, how does this sound? Starting in a guaranteed leadership position with people who look to you for guidance because you're trained to give it and make important decisions in critical situations. Skip entry level. Decide to lead as an Army officer.
Back with you here at Penn Air Field in Pensacola, Florida. Will Kennedy, Coach Kyle Shoemaker on the UWF Sports Network. 9.5 minutes left in half number one. Argos now up 14-3. They went fast at the end of that drive after a big run from C.J. Wilson, put him in the red zone. Next play, tempo right to John Giles. He sneaks in the far corner of the end zone over towards the far side of the field, and it's an 11-point lead as Griff Sarah is actually going to kick off here. Maybe I gave the touchback to the wrong person earlier. Sarah bounces one. Not quite an onside kick, but just kind of a chop down. I'm not quite sure what the thought behind that one was, Coach.
Almost looked like a squib kick or something like that. I'm not sure if he just missed it or.
No, it was on purpose. He kicked on the top of the ball, so I think that maybe they were going to try just kind of punching one down the field a little bit. But Shorter will get some decent field position here. The Argos, it looked like that Shorter had tied the game up, but it was a field goal instead of a touchdown, made it 7-3, but the momentum kind of seemed to be on Shorter's side. Although even with that punch kick, it's only going to be the 27-yard line, so really not a huge difference from a touchback to that.
Yeah, 27-yard line. Don't lose a whole lot, and you get an opportunity to maybe steal a possession there. So
coming right back here, first down. They'll
crossing route there, incomplete.
Nothing there. And really haven't been effective with the running game, has Shorter, as Brown looks for a quick pass on first down. And, that's just nothing there. Incompletion, just kind of try to dump it and too far out in front of the receiver. But the running game hasn't been working for him, Coach, so now it's kind of like, what do you do?
Yeah.
Try to find something in the passing game.
Yeah.
And really where the Argos have been a little vulnerable is the middle of the field.
Yeah. They've been getting some good pressure in Brown's face there, but haven't been able to.
And there it is, dump in the middle of the field. It's one of the big tight ends, rumbling into Argo territory across the 50 to the 45. Is that Deedle? Who do they have for number 88, Coach?
88. Let's see here. They've got Caden Dodson.
Another tight end, redshirt freshman. He's a big old boy. Wow.
I've not seen Deedle out there.
Yeah, Deedle may not be. I thought I saw him at one point, but that takes it into Argo territory to the 45-yard line. Big first down. They'll come back. A little bit of a misdirection on the run. Not much happening there as the Argos keep that play contained and, as they say, nip it in the bud before it can go anywhere. Looks like it may be a no gain on that one.
There's D-Bell walking around out there.
Yeah, D'Anthony Bell making his way up this direction. Short gain maybe. Maybe they'll give him the 44. Anyways, it's going to be a second down and long. There is D-Bell in the house. Cleveland Brown, D'Anthony Bell in the control room with us. They'll go third down here. Argos bottle that up before it can really go anywhere. Nice job by this defensive front, the front seven, of getting to the football on that 2nd and 10. So it was no gain on the first play, and that'll keep it short. Actually, they gave him 6 on the carry on the first down play, and instead no gain on that play. Ball will be at the 39. It'll be 3rd and 4. Big play here. Argos trying to get off the field and kind of hold shorter right here. This is really right outside of field goal range. It might be 4-down territory. They're going to get to Brown. There's a sack. I was kind of wondering when it was going to come. Walker Robinson leads the jailbreak, and your middle linebacker. You got to love that as a Mike to get in there and find the quarterback.
No doubt. He's been active today, and he's been playing physical. Good to see. Good to see a little sack action there.
I kind of feel like, Coach, that might have been the difference between them going for it on 4th down and sending out the punting team now as they back that up 5 yards to the 46, or 7 yards to the 46.
No, I think you're right. I think you're definitely right. Big difference there between.
Here comes the punt. Virgil Lemons is angling towards it, but he's going to let it bounce. And see, did it sneak out of bounds? It did, inside the 20. So Argos will get pinned back, and that's what you're trying to do as a punter, right? Pin them deep in. I see D. Bell's leaving with some Cheetos. It's important. Gotta have your snacks down there. I believe we're keeping it here, Adam. Yes, for this one. No timeout here. So we'll get the Argos ready. But and this is going to be a little tough as you're going to start at your own 13 here, deep in your own end. Nice drive last time, Coach. You think they found something on that last possession?
Yeah, I think so, man. I think so. They're
kind of have the car in gear here a little bit.
Yeah.
Jared will lead him out. Jamontez Woods on his left shoulder. Man comes in motion across the set. It is the tight end, Blaylock. No, it's Carson Bowers. Big 83. Excuse me, I just saw the 3. They'll try the middle of the line. Good burst by Jamontez Woods. The transfer from Troy puts his head down, steams forward. It's going to be that's what you want in the running game, right? Eat up chunks on 1st down setup, 2nd and short if you don't get the 1st down.
Absolutely. Physical runs and put you in 2nd and short, 3rd and short.
Probably going to be a 2nd and 4. It looks like officially up on the board. They'll give him the 19, so right back to it. Woods stays in the backfield. Man comes in motion. It's KJ Franklin across the set. From far side to near side. They'll try the right side of the line. Woods puts his head down. He's going to get the 1st down. He needed 4. He got 5. Move those chains. Another Argo 1st down. And then a late flag comes in. This is one of those extracurricular type, and we'll see who the call is against. I don't know. You try to read body language on these and see, if the Argos look like they want to walk forward or they're moving backwards. But if you take a 15 here in this part of the field, a promising start to a drive can be nullified immediately.
Yeah, absolutely. It's going to be interesting to see who this is on or what it's.
I feel like the result of the play was obviously a 1st down, and this is a flag after the play was done. And it's on the Argos. It's a personal foul, so it's a 15-yarder, Coach. That's 2 15-yarders at least already.
I think that's our 3rd.
Or maybe the 3rd,
the punt,
plus a few little other false starts and stuff. Again, the stats aren't working, so I'm not quite sure where we are.
I've been hyper-focused on the personal fouls. Total fouls, not sure. But, I feel like we've been moving the ball. We've been doing good things. Really, the drives that we haven't scored on or done it, we've had the personal foul or something like that that's really kind of derailed us.
Back it up to the 11. So we started at the 13. Now we're in the hole even more. Woods will go left side of the line, but doesn't get very far. Nice job of flowing to the football and coming up with the tackle. Trying to see who that was that got to the football there.
Seems to be getting a little chippy out there on the field.
Yeah, as the Argos start to maybe extend the lead a little bit. Could not see who made that tackle. His jersey was riding up too high on the play. Lost the number. Some of these shorter defenders have got the old Daisy Duke thing happening. The jerseys are stopping. We're seeing a lot of stomach.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's purposeful. I would assume. It looks like they're wearing like Baby Gap uniforms.
Yeah. Pee Wee's got the same look, but he wears that big long shirt underneath.
Who's wearing 0 for them, Coach?
0 is.
I think that's who made the tackle there.
I think you're right. Bruce Guyton.
Bruce Guyton, who on my 2 deep is wearing 22. I think that's what I'm starting to think is there may be some numbers that are not the same.
Yeah.
From what the 2 deep that I was sent to what I'm looking at now.
That may be the same with the tight end.
Yeah, it may be. There, big hole. Jamontez Woods is through it. He's got room to run. He's trucking out towards midfield. They've catch him from behind, but he flips the field into, there's the first big play for Jamontez this year, into shorter territory. Number 9 got ahead of steam. Coach, he hit that extra button, that X and Y together. Boom, he's gone.
Yeah, no doubt. There was a big lane right there on the counter. They've hit this counter play twice now, and it's been not many people around. So nice call there, good run.
Take it into shorter territory to the shorter 37, so flips the field. It's a first down there. 4:22 left. 14-3 our score here in the first half of this one, as the Argos are up by 11 and threatening again. Overcome a 15-yard penalty, and it's all thanks to Jamontez Woods. They're looking to throw. He has a man down the side towards the end zone. Defender is there, tries to reach around him. It comes off. It's picked off. And the return is on out across the 20. Man, you're still trying to figure out what happened there. Again, I didn't see the defender ever turn his head back.
Yeah, it looked like it bounced
Should have been, yeah.
Bounced off his back.
He kind of felt like it could have been pass interference here. Maybe he did look back at the football, but it came off the defender or the receiver and ends up in the hands.
Shot up in the air.
Off the receiver, off the defender, up in the air, picked off in the end zone, and then returned out. So it's an interception, and it does not feel like in any way, shape, or form that's Pee Wee Jarrett's interception.
No.
Just one of those tough ones. Underthrown a little bit maybe. And the return was on. I was trying to see who came up with it there. It looked like 14. Coach, who's 14 on their roster? You may have to go to theirs, flip over to theirs and see. I think 14 came up with the interception for them. Ball out of the 20.
No Warren from Auburn, Alabama.
There you go, out of Auburn. So ball spotted at the 20. That's where this possession will start with just under 4 minutes left. And so Shorter dodges a bullet as the Argos.
They did. That's big.
Look to be threatening for more points. And they'll lose yards on the first down play. Again, the Argos with another TFL flowing in there. It's a loss of 6 on first down. I think I saw Gael Laurent getting up off the pile there. So the ball at the 14. Or at the 16, second down and 14, excuse me. They'll throw one middle of the field, incomplete. So it's 3rd and long now. The Argos still got time if they can hold right here as they run some more defenders. Kenny Martin and Juice Williams coming back on the field. They can hold them here. They get the football back in probably pretty good field position.
Yeah, it'd be great field position. You force Shorter to punt right here. They haven't really been punting real far all day. You might get an opportunity to get the ball around the 50 and punch one in before the half.
3rd and 14 here. Argos stack up. This is the kind of down where most of this season they've been coming after the football.
They sure have.
Back to throw. Brown, quick out, but all over it and sticking the man on the ground right away. Good job of closing. Couldn't see which defender it was over there, but number 8 flying in there.
Yeah, it was definitely a single digit.
8 or 9 might have been Braylon Anderson.
I think you're right.
Coming in there. Although some of the numbers are a little different this week because of the new jerseys. And I don't know, Quincy Milholm is wearing 8 instead of 10. There it is. Quincy's wearing 8, and good for him. He had 2 interceptions last week. Quincy gets in there, jumps the route, forces the incompletion. So looking at a punt here on 4th and 14. So the Argos give the interception, but the defense does their job, come right out there and put the hold on, put the brakes on. Rugby-style punt. This might be his best kick of the day. Drives Virgil Lemons back deep into his own end. But could there be a return? Lemons dances through the right side, gets away from the first guy, turns it up the sidelines. I'm looking for Landry. I don't see any. Nice return by Virgil Lemons, the third.
Yeah, good return. Clean blocks. Great return there.
That's if we're playing a game of Clue, that's Virgil Lemons in his own end of the field with a nice return.
Yeah.
And you win.
Yeah.
No, Coach, you said midfield. How about the 36?
I like the 36 better than midfield.
You want to hear how football can be weird like this? We were at the 37 when we threw the interception. Now we're at the 36.
Well, there you have it.
To start the next possession.
Yeah.
So the Argos with 2:23 get back on the offensive side of the football with an opportunity to try to come up with some points. That's going to be a timeout here. We'll keep it here for this one. So up by 11, Coach, and you kind of had the momentum after you got out of your own end before that kind of freak play on the interception. So the opportunity exists here to try to go into the locker room with what you thought you were going to have, which may be a chance to extend this lead out.
Yeah, absolutely. And, you're so close right now. You're at the 36. You got 2 minutes, 20 seconds left. You almost want to kind of manage your clock a little bit here, not score too fast. You want to try to score and not leave shorter with any time left, if at all possible.
This sounds like you're talking about what happened earlier today with Texas and Oklahoma.
Yeah.
My Longhorns lost at the end.
Not to rub it in on you anymore.
Yeah. Left a little too much time in that game. Other game that's going on right now in the GSC as we get ready for this play, I'll tell you, Delta State 49-25 over Valdosta. They got about 2 minutes left in that football game up in Valdosta, Georgia. So here we go. Pee Wee Jarrett, hands off. Another big hole, right side of the line. It's C.J. Wilson just dancing away from people, cuts it back to the left. He's going to get it to the end zone. Touchdown Argos. C.J. Wilson, 36 yards out. Coach, that was as good a run as we've seen. How about Jamontes Woods with the big one? C.J. says, I want in on that too.
That's right. Yeah, they've both been having great runs. They've been hitting that counter play well. I think this is a little more of a perimeter play, but, great run in there by the Argos.
I can do the stats on that. One play, 36 yards, C.J. Wilson on the touchdown run. The Argos. Coach, they left too much time. There's 2:11 left.
You know, you don't typically plan to score on the first play, but you'll take it. You know, fortunately the Argos defense has been playing well enough to where I'm not too worried about the Hawks scoring on this next 2-minute possession, but.
PAT up and good. 21-3 our score. Now, there was a missed PAT last week too, which was the first of the season, the first miss, and that one was a little bit of a snap issue. So the Argos able to convert all their PATs. Did miss a field goal back earlier in the game, but not bad here. So the Argos had scored a touchdown, looked to be threatening again, had a freak interception that come right back. Big punt return from Virgil Lemons III, and then C.J. Wilson from 36 yards out. Capitalizing on that good field position. So the Argos now with that 21-3 lead. And Coach, now this feels a little bit more like the game we kind of maybe anticipated, but this was a 7-3 game through the first quarter, and that's the way kind of short it can make you look ugly at times.
Yep. Yeah, definitely. They always come out fighting strong, and sometimes, homecoming, or you got a team that doesn't have the best record. It's tough for the guys to kind of get mentally focused, and it's a little bit of human nature there, come out a little sluggish. I don't know that we came out as sluggish as much as we shot ourselves in the foot with penalties, but, now gone a couple drives here with no penalties. We've all of a sudden scoring some points. So
it looks like Griff Sarah is definitely the guy on the football here. He's going to be doing the kicking off, so I'm not quite sure Logan Gregory had been handling the kickoff duties, the punter, for most of the season. And now here we go. Ball blows off the tee. That's always annoying.
Absolutely.
And then we got some guys around top of the microphone. We're going to have to turn that field mic down a little bit there. And since we're not outside, we can't really pick up as much through our headsets.
Yeah.
And we'll maneuver that mic a little bit for the second half of this one. Griff Sarah again, Coach. They're just kind of punching it on the ground.
Yeah, I don't know if we're concerned about a returner that they have, or
that time he kind of shook his head a little bit, so it kind of almost looks like Griff maybe didn't mean to kick it like that. But again, you're putting a team starting from the 28, no return on that, so that's not bad at all.
Yeah, so the Argos typically have been covering kicks pretty well all year, I think so.
Yeah, haven't been giving up a whole lot in the way of return yardage, and no big plays, and that was one, last year against Delta that hurt us. There was a kick return for a touchdown in that overtime loss here at home. So the Argos defense comes rolling right back out for this one. Josh Brown, 2 minutes and 11 seconds left, starting from his own 30 officially is the mark. They'll throw on first down out to the right side of their formation, gets out of bounds before the defenders can step up and make a play. So good play. Move the chains. First down. See where they mark this officially. Trying to see what the spot is. Actually, it's only a 3-yard gain. I take that back. I thought that was longer. Flags are going to fly on this one. Yeah, they're going to get Brandon Cross with pass interference as the ball was a gain of 3 on first down. It was 2nd and 7. Receiver looked like he was running right past, and that was Jalen Marshall, and B. Cross got him.
Yeah, I think Coach Nobles is wanting to argue uncatchable.
That's one of those, Coach, where the receiver kind of checked up and held up to kind of sell that call a little bit.
Yeah, I think you're right.
Maybe if he couldn't really get to the football, he was going to definitely let the officials know. Just threw both hands up in the air.
Yeah.
Another 15-yarder. Yeah, it's not really been. It's been that kind of game here.
Yeah.
So here we go.
Outside of that one drive, I think these 15-yarders might account for quite a bit of their total yardage.
They're having to dance around a little bit here to try to figure out where to put this, and it looks like the 47, 48-yard line. So there's the 15 yards. They'll go back. It's a throw to the middle of the field. Nice catch there in the middle. Looked like that was going to be a little too tall for the receiver, but he goes up and gets it.
Can't tell if
I can't.
eight
Yeah,
or
yeah.
0
that
or
number was riding up
6
too.
or What?
It's going to be a gain of, it looks like about 7 into Argo territory. It's going to be a 2nd and 2 or 3. They'll come right back with some tempo out of bounds to Marshall, and that's going to be good for the first down. So move the chains. And 1:36 left. Shorter's making quick work down the field.
Yeah, they are. They're dinking and dunking.
Helped out by a PI.
Yeah.
This one gets to the 4-yard gain to the 40. It'll be first down there. Brown, hands off, middle of the field. Nothing doing there. Good job of the Argo defense of wrapping that play up before it really can get anywhere. And it looks like there's a timeout called. Got to keep it right here. So, Coach, in this situation, if you're over there and you're kind of on your heels a little bit defensively, you got this timeout. What is going on in this huddle?
Well, you're kind of just – you want to keep doing the stuff you've been doing all day. They've been doing a pretty good job of shutting them down, but I think your big coaching points right now are making sure you're tackling guys and keeping them in bounds, not letting them get out of bounds, making sure that they're not able to stop the clock, make them burn their timeouts. They're still quite a ways out. They've only got a minute 38 left, so we want to make them use up all their timeouts and force them to stay in bounds.
Yeah, make them run that clock right here. That was the Argos charged with that timeout, so trying to kind of stem the tide a little bit here. 3 left for Shorter. UWF has 2, so still plenty of time left on the clock if you're on the shorter side of this equation, trying to come up with some points. And you can come up with a touchdown here, all of a sudden 11 points at the half. That feels a little more manageable than on the verge of being in a blowout.
That's right. Yeah, definitely. That'd be huge for these for the Hawks to get a touchdown in here, some type of score to close the gap here a little bit. Otherwise, yeah, you've got a sizable deficit to overcome.
Brown back to throw. 2nd and 8. Has a man over far side of the field on his sideline. Makes the catch, knocked out of bounds there. Good job by the Argos of limiting that to a short gain.
Yeah.
It's going to bring up a 3rd down and looks like about 4 here.
Good little zip on that pass from Brown to Dollard right there.
Definitely. So 3rd down play, good opportunity, big opportunity here to try to get off the field or hold them to a long field goal attempt potentially if you're the Argos.
3-by-1 here.
Back, chased out of the pocket, fires over the receiver's head. Just too tall for him. Good job of bringing some pressure and forcing that throw, that errant throw.
Yeah. Argos, Brown's been running for his life a little bit today. I mean, they haven't gotten a bunch of sacks, but they've been gotten him off his spot, quite a bit. And it's forced some bad throws for sure.
Well, it's 4 down territory. 4th and 4 now from the 34.
Yeah, these guys.
They're going to have to go for it here. Just right on the edge of field goal range, and I don't know if a field goal really helps you.
Yeah.
So the Argos got a chance to get the ball over on downs with some time left if they can come up with something here. And this is right in that distance. You try to draw them offside, which I think they tried right there, because you'd get the first down with the penalty. Argos do a nice job of staying disciplined. So timeout now for the Hawks. They'll talk it over. You got to go for it here, right? Because you're at the 34, Coach. So you're looking at a pretty long one.
Yeah,
51-yarder.
Yeah. Does your kicker have that kind of range? Probably not.
He's only kicked one. He's only attempted one field goal, 0 for 1 on the season. So that may not be where you want to try your second one. Is from 51.
Yeah. Don't get much out of punting. You might as well go for it. So
they'll take the timeout here. They'll talk it over with Coach Morrison over on that sideline. And Shorter, Coach, small university up in Rome, Georgia. Beautiful, nice little campus. Got a little stadium there that they play in. I think with some high school teams. And There's a lot of football talent in the state of Georgia for sure,
Yeah,
and then
lots.
they're able to bring in some kids from Florida and other places. But and you mentioned Auburn, Alabama, one of their players.
Yeah.
Really they've progressed through the years.
Yeah.
But that's how tough Gulf South Conference football is. You can get incrementally better, and still not be anywhere near the top tier of the GSC.
Yeah, totally. I think Coach Morrison does a good job. These guys are, they're well coached for what they have. It's a brutal league. They might do better in the Conference of Carolinas. I'm sure they will.
I think they're thinking that way at least. Here we go. 4th down play. Man in motion across the set. Brown will take the snap. He's back to pass. Here comes some pressure. He's got a man on the flat. Did they get him in time? It's near the sticks. It's right there at the 1st down marker. Let's see where the spot is. Looks like they got just enough to move those chains. 1st down shorter Hawks. Minute 12 to play as they trail 21-3. Got halftime festivities coming our way here in a second.
You got a hawk down here, is that?
Yeah, Chuck may have an injury down on the field.
I think that O-lineman kind of slowly trotting off, and another one coming in here.
So they'll shift them out. Ball is at the 30, so they needed the 4 yards. They got the 4 yards. Right at the number. That was a good route and good effort by the receiver of just kind of putting his head down and getting to where he needed to get. So right there, minute 12 left. Can they come up with points here? And they really need a touchdown, not a field goal. I don't know if 3 more points is going to make much of a difference for you if you're short. You got to go for it here.
Yeah.
1st down play. Brown back to pass. He looks out to his right, fires it over there. Ball is knocked away. It's tipped off. It's Ralph Ortiz again. Another interception for Ralph. He may be freshman of the week again. Right place, right time, Coach.
Goodness, man. Yeah.
Jalen Marshall had it in his hands. I don't know if it was a punch. Couldn't really see from where we are.
Yeah.
If a defender got in there or just put his hat on the football. But either way, Argos get an interception. They got 2 timeouts and a minute 2 left.
Saw him going down and the ball coming up, and it didn't look like there was much in front of Ortiz's face there to get.
Great replay there by our team. Camera crew getting a good look at that. So the Argos get another possession out. I've run out of room on the bottom of my sheet here as they'll start this drive from the 35. So nice little return by Ortiz too.
Yeah.
Go back on offense. I got a feeling he may take a shot here.
You think so? Yeah. Treat it like a 2-minute drill and try to
go deep. Jarrett's back to pass, gives him the shoulder swivel. Nothing doing. He'll go back. I don't know what's going on at this point. He's just running around. Then he throws it away. There's nobody over there. Is there a flag? I'm looking to see. Yeah. This is almost like Keystone Cops. Yes, there is. It's going to be intentional grounding on Jarrett. And that would be the one thing. We've talked about the maturing of Pee Wee Jarrett, but that's one where you just got to get rid of the football. I know you want to make a play, and you're trying to extend the play and try to make something happen downfield, but at some point,
and in comes.
He either needed to run or fire that football. They're bringing in big tight end.
Blaylock,
Yeah, they bring in Blaylock off the side, but that's going to cost you big yards. And, again, we're behind on the stats. Apparently the stat computer here in the stadium froze up, and so we just really haven't ever kind of been able to dig back on the live stats. But I don't even know if I want to know what the penalty yardage is. We have a feature at halftime that we will have for everybody with where we sit down with Kenny Martin, and we'll have that for you here during our halftime show, the defensive lineman transfer in here. And then there's homecoming here in the stadium, too, and we'll let you know who wins the homecoming festivities and the honor. So this one backs the Argos up from where they started this drive at the 35 all the way to the 18, and it'll be 2nd and 22. After another penalty. Now you got a long way to go with 40 seconds left on the clock. That play ate up 22 seconds in addition to being intentional grounding. So now a little bit different equation. They'll run it. Jamontez Woods, not much doing, although he did punish some defenders on the right-hand side, just kind of put his helmet in, his shoulder pads into somebody and knocked him backwards. Argos will take, I think, another timeout here with 33 seconds. Yeah, it's kind of interesting. I don't know if you just want to run a couple plays and get off the field and come into the locker room. It might be my option because that's timeout is 3rd and 18.
All right.
But you got John Giles out there, so you might just want to take that opportunity and throw the football down the field. So we really kind of slowed down here at the end of the first quarter as the Argos lead 21-3 with 33 seconds left on the clock here. Really, Coach, play some big plays in this first half, but penalties have been an issue again, and really have kind of like this drive's a great example.
Yep. Probably, what did we start this with, a minute 17 or something like that?
Yeah, had a minute, some change, had 2 timeouts left, and at your own 35, that doesn't
Probably
seem insurmountable for this offense.
No, for sure.
Now you're, after a big penalty on an intentional grounding, you're looking at 3rd and 17 from your own 23.
I think you're right. That feels like it's kind of been the story of this first half. The margin could be bigger than what it is, but we've kind of shot ourselves in the foot a handful of times with some critical penalties.
Definitely in control of this game, but let's see if you want to build some chemistry. All kinds of time. Again, Jared almost looks like he's doing the Dak Prescott warm-up thing where he's doing the dancing, but just really can't kind of find anybody. Look for KJ Franklin, middle of the field, and came up short, incomplete. So now with 25 seconds left, it's 4th and 22. Oof.
Yeah.
That's not nice.
Yeah, he seems to kind of get through that progression and not like what he sees, and then he's waiting for somebody to get open, and they're not, and then it turns into the scramble.
I almost feel like with his physicality, give yourself a couple, let me read the field, and then I'm just tucking and running.
Yeah, take off.
Instead of hanging back there for too long. So
get what you can.
Logan Gregory will come out, punting the football. Ball snap from his own 23.
A little overload by the Hawks here.
They'll roll out to the right, and it's a low-driven kick. That did not come off the foot. This has not been a good day for punters by any stretch of the imagination.
Certainly not an influence of the elements. That's for sure. Weather probably couldn't be any better. So.
Yeah, it's not. It has not been the wind that's messed with them there.
No.
14 seconds left here. 21-3 our score. We'll see what Shorter does as they'll take the ball at the 43. So they're right out in midfield. I mean, you could potentially try to chunk one down the field and throw one towards the end zone, but I'm not quite sure,
Might have time for 2 or 3 plays here.
So here we go. Brown brings the offense back out. An opportunity to try to come up with a miracle play with 14 seconds left. The Argos have been opportunistic, forcing another turnover on the previous possession, but no points off turnover on that one. Argo defense kind of sits back. They just don't want to give up anything big. Quick out over here on the side. Brandon Cross with the tackle. Actually, they're going to say incomplete. Knock the ball loose. Good job of kind of keeping that ball out of the receiver's hands, but that does stop the clock with 8 seconds left. It'll be 2nd down and 10. See some of the assistant coaches making their way down here towards the weight room, which will be the halftime locker room facilities. And we will, again, have Kenny Martin. We'll sit down with the defensive lineman at halftime here coming your way. Well, we will get Kate Thomas, and we've been trying to get down to Kate, but, again, a little bit of some technical things here. Rolling out, looking down the field, chased out of bounds with 2 seconds left. So that will not, or is that the last play, or will there be one more play?
There was 2 on the clock when he walked out. But
I don't know. I think they're going to reset the play. If I'm the officials, I'm like, that's the end of the half. Let's just get to the locker room here on this play. Looks like they're going to say a second left, maybe 2 seconds left. He definitely got out of bounds before, or they might just say that's the end of the half. It's a little bit of everything. So let's get an opportunity here. Yeah. So we get to halftime here. The score 21-3. Let me give our sideline reporter a call here and see if we can get her hooked up. 21-3, 3 touchdowns here in the first half for the Argos. We're going to try to get Coach here coming off the field. So let's. All right. We've got Coach coming over. 21-3 is our score here at the half as the Argos have found a way to be up by 18 on the scoreboard, even though it maybe hasn't been the cleanest of halves. But let's get Coach Nobles coming over here to Kate down on the sideline, and as the team is heading towards the locker room. And as you can see, I'm extending here. Let's kick it down on the sideline to Kate and Coach Caleb Nobles. Kate?
We're not on that camera right there? That's what we usually do.
Here we go.
Carol, stand over here.
Kate, go ahead and take it away.
Coach, just tell me a little bit about your defensive performance so far. You've been able to hold shorter to only 3 points, force the fumble right before halftime. What are you impressed with so far?
Yeah, I mean, our guys are playing great on defense, great effort. We're playing great defense, effort on both sides of the ball. We just got to execute a little bit more in the pass game. But our D-line's doing a great job. We've had some guys step up just because of certain reasons, having to play a little more, but I like how they're playing.
Offensively, do you want to see any adjustments coming out of the half?
Yeah, I want to try and connect on a deep ball. Obviously, we like throwing it deep, but they're playing a certain type of defense that takes that away. So we're going to try and ding it, dunk a little bit, and then keep running the football. We're doing very well in the run game, so I want to keep pushing that.
Thanks so much, Coach.
Thank
Good
you.
luck.
Go Argos.
Thank you, Kate. And 21-3 our score at the half. We'll take it to a break here. We'll come back and get you some stats from the first half, or at least our version of them. And then we've got an interview with Kenny Martin coming your way at halftime as well. Argos up 21-3 at the half on the UWF Sports Network. Sorry, I got Dom. Dom, yeah. See if you can figure out, yeah, I was going to say maybe towards the side, towards the back of the end zone a little bit more, so that's not, because what's happening is they're standing right on top of it. You know what I mean? So it's yeah. Let's do that and point it towards the field. So that'll work. Thanks, man. Bye-bye. Yeah. How long? Hang on. Welcome back in here to Pensacola, Florida. Will Kennedy, Coach Kyle Shoemaker with you from Penn Air Field homecoming here as the Argos are on top of the Shorter Hawks 21-3. You see the UWF band out on the field for our viewing audience, and for the radio audience, you can't hear them right now because we're going to talk for a second. Coach, 21-3, you'll take that score at half, and then what a weird half of football. I mean, I lost room on my drive chart the second quarter. I mean, football bouncing, ping ball back and forth. Argos missed a field goal in their first possession. Right. And so it's been kind of a mixed bag, but bottom line is you're up 18 at the half.
Yeah, you are. I mean, I think the Argos have been pretty in control of this game. Kind of like we were saying earlier, I think, margin could be a little bit bigger had it not been for, a handful of penalties. But obviously running the ball really well and defense playing well. So, hopefully they can get those penalties cleaned up in the second half and kind of blow the doors off this thing.
We do not have stats, but we can tell you. I mean, there have been a couple big runs. Jamontez Woods had a big run. C.J. Wilson with a 36-yard touchdown. So nice to see some chunk plays in the running game.
Yeah.
John Giles mixes in a touchdown in there as well. So not a bad first half performance. We're going to take another break here, and then we've got a sit-down interview with Kenny Martin, big defensive lineman who transferred in from Florida Tech. So he's a key part of what they call death row, the front four for this Argo team. 3-minute break coming your way, then that interview, and then we'll be back on the halftime show with some highlights for you a little bit later right here on the UWF Sports Network. you said 30? Back with you here at Penn Air Field in Pensacola. Will Kennedy. Let's take a look at the first half highlights for the folks on our viewing side of this equation, the radio. Just bear with me. Argos got the homecoming magic with the new light blue jerseys as we pick it up in the first quarter, and they drive down the field on the first possession of the game. Looked like they had a shot and had missed a field goal, and they get the touchdown. This is a little bit later. Had a field goal to make it 7-3 as Shorter answered the UWF touchdown. Second quarter, you flip over, and this is where the game just starts kind of getting a little bit wild. A little quick out. John Giles around the corner, sneaks in to the end zone, and the Argos are cooking up 14-3 at that point. A little bit of back and forth as the Argos had a chance to extend the lead late in the first half, and then just one of those plays. Off the receiver, off the defender, it's an interception as they were looking for the deep ball, run back out, but then the Argos flip that right back around, come up with the football on an interception of their own, Ralph Ortiz, and then punch it in. C.J. Wilson from 36 yards out makes the score 21-3, and that is where we would be at the half, even though Shorter came back down the field, looked like they would have an opportunity to try to get some points, and it's an interception that snuffs out that Shorter Hawks drive. And so 21-3 is our score at the half. We're going to take another break and be back with the second half action coming your way right here on the UWF Sports Network. Picked a hell of a day to stop taking Quaaludes. I should take an edible for the second half. Yikes. I mean, they have, we'll probably never get on with it. How far out are we? Welcome back in here to Pensacola, Florida, ready for the second half of football here on the UWF Sports Network. Will Kennedy and Coach Kyle Shoemaker with you. 21-3 our score. Argos on top of the Shorter Hawks at halftime here of this homecoming 2023 game. Good performance overall, right? You can't knock an 18-point lead at the half, but there's certainly some things, and we're here inside the weight room, which is kind of our broadcast facility / halftime locker room. Yeah. And so I got to hear a little bit of Coach talking, Coach Nobles and other coaches kind of talking to the team. And there's a lot to clean up, a lot to work on, obviously, going to the second half. And penalties have been an issue again, and they've kind of nipped a couple drives in the bud before they can get going anywhere. And we'll see if they can clean that up in the second half. Shorter will get the football here to start half number 2. If you're Shorter, you're down 18. I mean, not that this is, there's a lot of football to play, 30 minutes, but you really feel like you need to get something going here. Deep kick taken at the 5. Return is on. Nice little hole up the middle, and then bounces it to the outside. That's a good return to get the second half started out near the 40.
Yeah, good return for Shorter there. Had a little crease, hit it hard.
I believe that was Jalen Marshall, the wide receiver, with the return. And some of the numbers a little different on the sheet than what I have on my 2-deep. And then obviously the Argos, bringing out some new uniforms for this game. We talked about that at the start of the broadcast. A beautiful, different color of blue with that nice Argos script on them. Yeah. And that's an opportunity to kind of show off for the home crowd on homecoming. But ball is going to be officially placed, I believe, at the 41 is the starting point for this drive. So great return, 35-plus yards on that return, and they'll get to start near midfield. So that's a positive sign if you're a Shorter Hawks fan to get the second half going. You were getting a chance to talk with D'Anthony Bell, a little bit here. At halftime, we're going to try to bring him in here. He's signing some autographs down in front of us. Yeah. And that is a cool thing. An NFL player signing autographs, former Argo. First down play, Brown out to the receiver in the flat. Stacked up immediately and knocked out of bounds. Not much doing over there as he had Brandon McGill. McGill is not going to get much of anything at all. We'll see where they officially put the football down, but it looks like it's going to be a no gain almost. Yep, 2nd and 10 from the 41.
Argos swarming around out there.
Love to see that. Playing a little more aggressively at the DB position, so not giving a cushion and able to come up and make a quick play. Brown with 2 receivers far side of the field, ball in the near hash. He pulls it, dumps it off in the flat. It's got a man there, knocked out of bounds. That's a nice little play, a little bit of misdirection. Trying to see who that was. 26, Coach. Let's take a look at running back. Lanier McCrary Jr. That's a nice play on second down. Going to pick up 7 or so. Sets up a 3rd and 3 or 3rd and 2. Maybe they give him the 48-yard line, so it's 3rd and 3. I don't know. Is that a car alarm or is that? That's our new sound effect for 3rd down. I wasn't sure for a minute.
Is that like a back 'em up thing? What is that?
They're going to run it. Oh, they try the left side of the line. Walker Robinson and company get there in a hurry. Yeah. I do not think they got it.
Maybe a yard, but certainly not 3. Bring out that punt team.
I don't know. Are you? Yeah, they are. They're going to run them out there. I was going to say, actually, it looks like they may have lost a yard or kept it right at the distance. Right. So was that another TFL?
It was.
That's starting to get an epidemic at this point. Now, this defense has been fantastic when it comes to that. Coming into this game, only allowing 16.4 points a game. The Argos defense coming into that. 16.4 points a game and just kind of really not giving up those big plays. This punt's a little bit better.
Yeah, big rugby punt there. Argos fair catch it.
So forcing the punt, get the offense right back out there to start the second half. We'll keep it here on the quick change of possession here to start the second half. So the Argos get the ball 12:57, up 21-3 here in the third quarter of this one. Still chasing the stats a little bit with the computer crash earlier. And, again, there's a lot of people. It's a circus to put on a home football game. And when you don't have the built-in infrastructure yet, although that's something we're working on with the stadium, it's a little tricky. You got some pop-up tents up at the top of the home bleachers is where all the statting and that stuff is going. We used to broadcast up there. We had moved outside. We're inside today, even though the weather's perfect. The Argos will start at their 19.
We're well equipped for the winter months ahead. But
we'll be ready if it snows. Jarrett to throw. First down. He's got a man open out in the flat across the 25. Good play on first down, and it is John Giles with another reception. So Giles is you're going to look up and at the end of the game and be like, I didn't think John had a great game, but he'll probably have a pretty decent game before all is said and done.
Yeah.
Gain of, I believe they're going to give him 8 out to the 26.
If the standard for him is like 3 touchdowns and over 200 yards, then it's going
to be an off night.
Have a couple disappointing games here and there, I'm sure.
Give him 7 on the catch. Out to the 26. It's 2nd and 3. Jarrett will hand off. They'll try the left side of the line. Not a whole lot there. Really hard from our angle for me to tell where they're going to end up spotting this. May have not gotten a yard. As Wilson tried the right side, but just couldn't get that push up front, so it looks like it will be no gain.
That's that little counterplay Argo's been having real good success with all night. And that's probably the first time that the Argos haven't popped it for a big one.
There have been some big ones, yeah, but that was not one.
No. Good job by Shorter adjusting there.
3rd and 3. Big play here for the Argos. Try to keep this drive going. Quick out. The catch is made. Did he get across the – yes, he did. You needed 3. Ran a 4-yard route. And, who do you go to when you need those yards? Caden Leggett comes up with the catch over on the far sideline. First down, Argos.
Yeah.
Leggett runs great routes. We've talked about him, Coach, throughout this season about his blocking, too, his ability to get out there and be physical. And you mentioned earlier, he's a physical presence, whether he's blocking, catching it, or running with it.
Yeah, no, he is for sure. I've seen them use him a lot in attacking the flats and stuff and then taking shots with him down the field, but haven't seen much of him over the middle or much outside of those kind of 2 areas there.
Yeah, he does kind of play on the outside, although he seems more like he could be a slot guy. Jarrett is going to tuck and run. He gave him a pump fake there. Takes a big hit at the end of the play, but that I like that better than let's run around and dance around. Let's just tuck it up and get our yardage.
Yeah, make a decision and go with it. I agree.
Looks like he'll get 6 yards on the first down carry.
Yeah.
Set us up a 2nd and 4. Yeah, instead of taking a sack or earlier in the first half we saw intentional grounding, now you're 2nd and 4.
Yeah, he's so capable with his legs and his running ability that it's always exciting to watch.
Trust me, if you're a DB or linebacker, you don't want to see that coming at you in the open field.
Downs, no thanks.
Not really worried about him faking me out and dancing around me. I'm more worried about getting buried.
Yeah, for sure.
They'll run it. Oh, another big one. There's that play again and busting through. C.J. Wilson with another nice gain.
Really nice downhill run there by the Argos going back to that counter play. C.J. Wilson just hugging those down blocks, which are just washing those defensive linemen down. And he was nice and tight right there.
Just that little hesitation, that chop step. And I'll tell you what, C.J. Wilson has got, he's not going to do like Shamari Mason or Ravion Hargrove from last year, but he's got a little bit of the hip action.
He does.
Makes it tough on a defender. That's a nice gain.
Yeah.
12 yards. It's another Argo first down. Out to the 48 at midfield now. Back to pass on first down. This is what I don't like. Just kind of running around. Nobody's open.
Yeah,
tuck it up. Yeah, Jarrett's on the sideline, and he's just going to step out of bounds. I will tell you there's the maturity because last year against Shorter up there in Rome, Georgia, he ran over a guy on a play just like that. Instead of just stepping out of bounds, he put the shoulder into somebody. Don't take the unnecessary contact.
That's right. Don't take the extra hit.
Big gain there. Not instinct now. I'm looking up across the green to see if I see any yellow out there after every positive play. But no, it's going to flip into Shorter territory. So ends up being a really nice gain of 8 on the carry. 2nd and 2 at the Shorter 44. So the Argos putting together a nice little drive here. Their first possession of the second half, up 21-3, 9 minutes left in the third quarter. They're going to run the counter play. Yeah. Wilson bounces it to the outside.
Ooh,
that's got to be a face mask
or
a horse collar or something. I don't see a flag, though. But
I am shocked.
Oh, they grabbed his hair is what I'm told by our replay guy. Owen just told me there was a little hair grab there.
That
you can do.
Legal.
That is legal.
That is, yeah.
Doesn't feel good. In fact, it feels horrible. Yeah. We're watching the replay here. Oh, yeah. Oh, he got a dread. He grabbed a dread. I'm on the injured reserve list for the next 4 weeks if that happens to my hair.
Our whole studio.
I wish I had hair like that.
Everybody just cringed right there. That looked painful.
Nice gain. Picks up the first down on the 2nd and short to the 36.
Man.
My gosh. Gain of 8. Come right back. Quick out. Got Jacoby Quillen over here on the side. He's going to make a man miss and then drag some defenders downfield. I'll tell you what, these are some big receivers. We've talked about the size of John Giles. He runs 6'3", 205. Quillen, 6'3", 200, at least listed that big. I think they're both bigger than that, to be honest.
Yeah. John Giles, both those guys are huge. You see them walking by off the field or whatever. I mean, they're big.
Gain of 13 to the 23. First down, 10 to go from there. The Argos are on the move, coming out. First offensive possession of the second half, looking good. Jarrett surveys the defense, claps his hands, takes the snap. Drifts to his right, looks back to his left. He's got a man over there. It's Wilson. And Wilson kind of got turned the wrong way.
Yeah, just kind of go back behind his body and catch that ball. Just couldn't hold on to it there.
Pee-wee threw outside shoulder, but Wilson was turned inside. So CJ, that's a running back running a route,
Yeah.
And there's nothing wrong with that. It's just like doesn't look as smooth as a receiver.
For sure.
Incompletion brings up 2nd and 10. Argos now 10th play of this drive. Nice
good
ball control
drive
coming out. A couple nice longer plays, nothing too huge, but just sustaining it, which is the key and big part of that, no penalties on this drive. Jarrett with a quick out over here. Got some blockers out in front. If he can make the first guy miss, it's Franklin, I believe.
Yeah.
Leggett was out there with Giles blocking in front of him, but you got to make the first guy miss, and then you've got the blockers in front. Unfortunately, KJ couldn't get around him. It's going to be a short gain. Give him 4 yards, 3rd and 6 coming.
Yeah, that KJ was able to make the first guy miss, but he was able to buy enough time for the rest of his defense to get there and wasn't able to pick up a whole lot there. But
I think if they give him the 20, so it's really 3rd and 7. It is 3rd and 7. So big play here for the shorter defense to try to get the end of this drive. Throw to the corner of the end zone.
Oh. Well, defense right there.
Good defense over there. Unable to come up. And that's been a staple throw over there, that kind of corner route. He went to Giles. Giles couldn't come up with the catch. Good job by this defense of coming up with the stop. So it doesn't look like they're going to roll out the field goal team here, Coach. 4th and 7 from the 20. Looks like they're going to go for it.
Going to take an offensive lineman out, trade an O-lineman, and I think KJ came out and they brought in
this is an interesting thing, Coach. I'm kind of wondering, is this more trust in your offense or more concern with the kicking game right now?
Yeah, I think
only Coach Nobles could probably answer that, but that's, I'm just kind of wondering.
I'm thinking the former, your defense is playing really, really well, so if you don't get it, the Argos, the shorter's still got to take the whole field.
Big pressure up the middle. Jarrett just dumps the ball on the ground. He was in the grass. It's not going to be a fumble, but Pee-wee's down. Pee-wee rolling around on his back. And he's helped up by a teammate, but he's kind of holding his left arm in on the side. Ooh, that's not good. Threw the helmet off heading to the sideline. We're going to take a break with the two teams. 21-3 is our score. Red Hat is on the field. Are we staying or are we going? We're in limbo. I see Jim out there. Let's take a break with the two teams. Argos on top by 18. 6:43 to play in the third quarter on the UWF Sports Network.
Change doesn't happen by luck or chance.
It doesn't quit. It doesn't give up.
Real change occurs in that split second. A moment of connection among people. Who will you connect with? What will you change?
What will change you?
The University of West Florida. No limits.
What do you expect from that first job out of college? Working your way up from the bottom? Instead, how does this sound? Starting in a guaranteed leadership position with people who look to you for guidance because you're trained to give it and make important decisions in critical situations. Skip entry level. Decide to lead as an Army officer.
Groundbreaking orthopedic care is more than top-rated quality scores, more than leading-edge treatment options, more than world-class care close to home. It's all that and more. Andrews Institute. Groundbreaking care.
I need to try it first.
The Daily Medium Sub Special is back for a limited time only from Firehouse Subs. From Meatball Monday to Italian Sunday, a delicious deal for every day of the week, always handcrafted and piled high with hearty meats and cheeses, then served on a warm toasted sub roll. Order on firehousesubs.com or on the app to have your subs boxed, bagged, and ready for pickup. And a portion of every purchase helps provide much-needed life-saving equipment to first responders across the country. Firehouse Subs. Enjoy more subs, save more lives. Here in Pensacola, Florida on the UWS Sports Network, Argos on top 21-3, 6:43 left here in quarter number 3. And they turn the ball over on downs. Unfortunately, Pee Wee Jarrett, we're going to have to kind of wait and hear what happened with him at the end of that play, but it'll be from the 20-yard line for Shorter to start this drive. Brown rolls out, has a man in his face, makes a nice throw, has the tight end up the sideline. Boy, just got it there in the nick of time with the – he found Caden Dobson, his big tight end there, but with the Argos closing in on him, it's a big gain. Out to the 36, 37-yard line, gain of 17 on the throw and catch. So let's see if Shorter can turn this over and make this happen. Get back into this football game. Brown gets hit from behind as he throws it up. Coming in, making the interception. Let's see. It's Ralph Ortiz again. Or Virgil Lemons actually comes up with it. I saw Ortiz flash, but it's Virgil with his second interception of the season. Virgil Lemons will get the Argos the football right back. Another INT. That is the 9th of the season for this Argo defense. They are all over it, as is our camera crew. Jack Passione all over that one from the end zone. Coming up with the INT, so give the ball back, and let's see if Pee Wee Jarrett is coming out with this offense or not. And I'm keeping an eye out. Yeah, Jarrett will come back out, so it looks like he's at least ready to go if he's not fully okay. The Argos flip it right back on the defensive side of the football. They'll start at the 42-yard line in the shorter end of the field. So points off turnover. Can the Argos find a way to get this going? And they'll run it left side. Not a whole lot of room there. And then, again, nice job by this Shorter defense of bottling up C.J. Wilson on that stretch play. So opportunity for the Argos to come up with some points off the turnover, but not exactly the biggest first down play. After the Virgil Lemons interception, they hold them to no gain right there, so bring up a 2nd and 10. Coach, I was just saying, 9 interceptions on the season now for this Argo football team. I mean, that is a crazy number, it feels like, in the 6th week of the season.
That is. You know, I've really enjoyed watching how attacking this defense is, how they, they're always trying to generate tackles for loss, sacks, turnovers.
Oh, Caden Leggett with a quick catch right here on this play. Leggett cuts back to the inside of the field. You see the Jets. He's got more speed than I think you realize sometimes. And that's what you can do when you make the first guy miss. There's that big play we've kind of been waiting to see from number 1.
Yeah, he's big, physical, and he can turn it on, man. He's really a complete player. He can block, he can run. Fun to watch.
31 yards. Quick throw, and then Leggett does the work yards after catch. It's big. Jarrett goes to throw it, drops it on the ground. It's a fumble. He scoops it right back up. Boy, that could have been disaster right there.
Yeah, that would have been a disappointing end to a drive right there. But fortunately, he was able to pick it up. And
Jarrett is kind of messing around with his pads a little bit. With the jersey right now, he's got the long white undershirt underneath, and it just doesn't look completely comfortable. I don't know if he got grabbed at the end of that play, but definitely good to see him pop back up.
Yeah.
After the previous possession on a 4th down play. But they're going to lose a yard or 2 there. They'll lose 2 to the 13, so that brings up a 2nd and 12 from the 13. They can get a first down at the 1. Jarrett back to pass, fires the middle, got KJ Franklin, touchdown, Argos. He takes the big pop, but that's after he was already in the end zone, and he's doing the gritty. Got to get the gritty in when you're from Louisiana. That's some grits, some Cajun food, all that good stuff coming out. Our pregame player interview. So KJ Franklin finds the end zone, and the Argos extend the lead.
Nice catch right there. Big hit there in the end zone too, but good job holding on to it by KJ Franklin.
Absolutely. KJ is not the biggest dude on the field, but he went up high to grab that one. Griff Sarah on for the PAT. Argos got a chance to blow this thing out to a 25-point lead. Kick is up, and it is through. We'll take a break with the two teams. Argos are on top of this one. 28-3 is our score, 4:13 left in the third quarter on the UWF Sports Network.
Change doesn't happen by luck or chance.
It doesn't quit, it doesn't give up.
Real change occurs in that split second. A moment of connection among people. Who will you connect with? What will you change?
What will change here?
The University of West Florida. No limits.
What do you expect from that first job out of college? Working your way up from the bottom? Instead, how does this sound? Starting in a guaranteed leadership position with people who look to you for guidance because you're trained to give it and make important decisions in critical situations. Skip entry level. Decide to lead as an Army officer.
Groundbreaking orthopedic care is more than top-rated quality scores, more than leading-edge treatment options, more than world-class care close to home. It's all that and more. Andrews Institute. Groundbreaking care.
I need to try it first.
The Daily Medium Sub Special is back for a limited time only from Firehouse Subs. From Meatball Monday to Italian Sunday, a delicious deal for every day of the week, always handcrafted and piled high with hearty meats and cheeses, then served on a warm toasted sub roll. Order on firehousesubs.com or on the app to have your subs boxed, bagged, and ready for pickup. And a portion of every purchase helps provide much-needed life-saving equipment to first responders across the country. Firehouse Subs. Enjoy more subs, save more lives.
Back with you here in Pensacola, Florida. Will Kennedy, Coach Kyle Shoemaker on the UWF Sports Network. Argos on top 28-3 here, homecoming 2023. Just capped off a nice drive. 4 plays after the Virgil Lemons interception, and it's Pee Wee Jarrett to KJ Franklin from 13 yards out, 28-3 our score now. Big play on that drive. Caden Leggett with a quick catch and a yards after catches. This one is dropped by the return man, Marshall. He'll turn it up the field, and then the Argos Special Forces gets to him there. So Shorter finding themselves in the deep end of the pool right now as they'll get the football back. And you got to feel like, Coach, this Argo defense is looking to create more havoc and more turnovers. I mean, 9 interceptions already. I mean, the turnover margin, the ratio in our favor, but points off turnovers, again, able to come up with the ball, put it in the end zone.
Yeah, definitely. I think that's, I think I've said it a couple times, but I feel like this Argo team's just played really good complementary, like, team football where, offense gets a turnover, or defense gets a turnover, and goes down, and then offense goes down and gets a score off of it. Just they play really well off each other, I think.
Josh Brown brings it back in. They'll run it into the right side, and the Argos, oh my gosh, who got up off the pile there? Colin Shaw just leveling the running back right there, getting it in there. Coach, you want to take a little break?
Yeah.
We're gonna let a defensive specialist come in here and jump in.
I'm gonna sit next to you and listen to this guy talk.
D'Anthony Bell is going to join us here. Cleveland Browns safety, Argo legend, as he gets the headsets on. I was just telling somebody, I said, the last time we saw you in an Argo uniform, you were breaking up a pass at the end of the national championship game, right?
Yeah. I remember those days like it was yesterday.
Brown back to pass here on first down, fires one over the middle. He's got a receiver. Argos are tackling the football. D-Bell, I was just telling, Coach and I were just talking, 9 interceptions already. And this is, halfway through week 6. I mean, this defense is a different animal than it's been, and really forcing turnovers all over the place and then getting points off of it.
Right. I like that 4-down D lineman, that attack front. That's something I ran all throughout college until I came to West Florida. It was a little bit of a change-up, but I like the for a down front.
I've been telling people as a DB, it makes it easier, doesn't it?
Right.
You know, it makes it easier to cover if I don't have to cover for long, right?
Exactly.
Brown takes the snap here. 3rd down and 7. He's getting
Look
chased
at that.
out of the pocket. They're coming to get him.
There you go.
He has some escapability, finds a man in the middle, and it's going to be a first down throw and catch. Nice job by the young quarterback there of using his legs to extend that play. As a defender, that's always the trickiest part, right?
Yeah, but that was always the ones where you can get a good play in when they get to scrambling around from good pressures like that. So good opportunities for the defense to make a play as well.
I've been saying this as ball's out to the 47 now, first down and 10 from there near midfield again. Brown takes the snap. Fires out here in the flat. He's got the running back dollar before he gets bounced out of bounds. That this league, you get to see a lot of that type of quarterback, whether it's Patrick Shagog at Delta now, but, you know, when you played, there were guys like that, Rogan Wells at Valdosta.
Them guys that move around, them the hardest ones. Make our job a little bit harder on the back end, covering a little bit longer.
I always say, like, the Russell Wilsons, when he's at his best, it's really when he gets out of the pocket that he's most dangerous. Brown goes to throw from in the pocket, fires it over here on the side to McGill. Good tackle there. Is that a hip toss?
A little bit. A little bit. Wrestling move right there.
Virgil Lemons the third, who had that interception earlier. That's a nice play. DBs love to get physical, don't you?
Yeah, that's the best part about it.
You were known to have a hit or two. Big hit or two.
That was a big part of my game, just trying to be physical.
I can still feel a hit that you put on a dude at West Alabama and Valdosta that last go.
Right.
Yeah, at the end of the 2021. That was ferocious. For 3rd down here, big 3rd down play, a chance to get the football back to this offense, which is feeling pretty good. We were worried there a second ago. It looked like Pee Wee Jarrett had gotten hurt at the end of the possession. Fires over the middle. Did he make the catch or not? Ball comes loose. No, big play right there. That's one of the new linebackers jumping in there. What do you think of these uniforms, by the way, dude?
Hey, I like these.
This different color blue?
Yeah, it look good. I like that new blue.
Robert Riley wearing number 10 because of the new uniforms breaks up that play there, so forces a 4th down, an opportunity to get the punting team back out there. Yeah, like mixing in the new stuff. You didn't get the opportunity, you know, to play full time here at Penn Air Field, just the one game there.
Right.
What do you think of the atmosphere here? You were able to come back last year, I know, on your bye week as well.
Yeah, I was just telling another interviewer, I think I like this a little bit better than downtown because I think it gives the college students more of an atmosphere to come straight from dorms right to the game, so it allows more students to be at the game. So I think it's better, to be honest.
Punt is sent out of bounds, so the Argos will get the ball deep in their own end to kind of get things going here. This is the short break, so we'll keep it here. You're playing in Cleveland now, and one of the things I've talked about here is kind of creating an atmosphere in a stadium. You know, it's new on campus, only the second year. You got the student section, the band. You know, I think people are still trying to figure out, okay, how do we do this?
Right.
They can take a page from the Dog Pound, right? You were telling me you like that, right? You know, that energy.
Yeah. They say, here we go, brownies, here we go. Ooh, ooh. So, yeah, you know, just trying to find a different type of thing to get the crowd, you know, engaged in the game. It'll always help. And then, you know, having this atmosphere now with a lot more students, the student section could find a way to make that happen.
Second season for you in Cleveland, you know, kind of how are you feeling? I mean, it's obviously the football's part of it, making that adjustment and feeling more comfortable the second year. But what about also, you know, kind of living in the same city for another season and feeling part of it? I see that your fashion sense is morphed a little bit.
Yeah. I've been into fashion a long time, but, you know, I'm like, all right, now I got time to, you know, really display it and get dressed before games. So, you know, back then when I was in college, it was like, hey, it's strictly business. I'm trying to get to where I need to get to, so.
What about the, you know, that living in a city like Cleveland? You're from Georgia. You're from here in this part of the world down here in the southeast. It's a little bit different.
Yeah, I like Cleveland. It's just a little too cold for me, you know. I had a Charger my first year, and then I was sliding all the way to the facility, so I said, let me go get a truck.
You needed something with some snow tires.
Yeah, I need some snow tires.
Incompletion on the first down throw. Argos start this drive from their own 11-yard line, and it'll be 2nd and 10 coming up here. This is an offense. I was telling you at practice the other day, we've seen a little bit of John Giles here in this game, but he's got a couple plays. They're just trying to get the football in his hands. He's a difference maker.
Yeah, the DBs on short are playing way off. They're about 12, 13 yards off, so they're trying to not allow the explosive plays on our end.
You don't want to get run past, right? No, that's never fun as a DB. So 2nd down play here. Pee Wee takes the snap, looks over to his right towards the sideline, has a receiver over there, but not going to go for much. Just a short throw and catch, and it'll bring up a 3rd down and long. These games are a little tougher, right, when you're up big in the second half, just trying to kind of keep your focus locked in.
Right. And I think on the offensive end, it's trying to keep the game going on your end, you know. Try not to make too many mistakes to let them get momentum back because you have momentum now. So they're just trying to not be conservative, but just play good team ball, good team offense. So
penalties kind of plagued this Argo team in the first half of this one, stalled a couple of drives. Here you go, 3rd down play as the third quarter is winding down. Pressure coming. Jarrett's going to dump it out in the flat. Nice little play out across the 20 to the 25. That is Jamontez Woods, the transfer from Troy. He comes up with a big 1st down. So that's the play you had to have. And there's the progression of a quarterback, right?
Yep.
Just check it off, dump it off, and let the RB do the work.
Yeah, and there's some good running backs on that side. So them guys been doing very good today.
Indeed, a couple big plays in the running game. That may wind us down here to the end of the third quarter. I believe it will. Argos will have a 1st down. We'll take a break here. We got D'Anthony Bell with us. He'll stick around for us into the fourth quarter a little bit, but the Argos on top by 25. 28-3 our score right here on the UWF Sports Network. Take that because the second quarter took a minute. How far out, Adam? 60? Normally we're outside, but I have a monitor and something happened with the monitor, so we didn't have it out there, so I was like, come here so I can see. If this, eventually this is in a room instead of here. Exactly. And we're actually putting in the back corner of the field house to control it. They have gigantic monitor. That'd be nice. That's the thing to be able to see.
I think I texted him last week, a week and a half ago. Yeah, I was cleaning out my car and I found a playbook. I sent him a picture. He said, yeah, share it to Swartz. He might could use it.
Coming back at him?
So yeah, me and him having a little laugh.
Back with you here in Pensacola, Florida. Will Kennedy and D'Anthony Bell on the color commentary here as the Argos start the fourth quarter with a 1st down in their own end. Throw over the middle. He's got a man. It's Caden Leggett. Leggett looked like he was off to the races. Makes that man miss. Drags another defender. He's still going. He's dragging people into shorter territory. They finally wrestle him out of bounds. It's like trying to get a steer down at the rodeo. And Caden Leggett's having a big game all of a sudden. Had a 31-yard catch on the previous possession.
Yeah, that's a great play. That's a hard play as a safety, that RPO. He's holding it in there so long, and the running back's been so patient. It's hard to tell if he got the ball or if he don't. So,
yeah, pulls it out, finds Leggett over the middle, and really you got to pick your poison with this UWF receiving core. If you're going to take John Giles out of the equation, this is Caden Leggett's a guy who transferred from Texas Tech and here had a great year last year playing with David Durden.
Yep.
Well, I know you got that Georgia connection.
Yeah.
You and D. Durden. We shout out to Dave, who's recovering from some knee surgery and obviously trying to make that jumped to the NFL with the Cowboys and was having a nice camp before he got injured. So the ball at the 24-yard line here. The Argos are now in business in the shorter end. A little toss sweep out here to the left. Oh! D-Bell, you never got done like that, did you?
No, sir.
Jamontez Woods just put a defender into the spin cycle.
Yeah.
Man.
That's a good move.
We got to see this replay here on the TV broadcast because he put the shoulder down. And I think what's interesting is you're getting an opportunity to see guys make this a destination that they want to come play. You did it from the JUCO level, but now guys from the D1 level, whether it's Texas Tech or Troy or elsewhere, are coming in here because it's a winning program, right?
Yeah.
But you helped build part of that.
Yeah, I'm trying. I tried. I came in with that mentality. When Coach Duke came and got me, he like, hey, we want to win. I'm like, that's all I know how to do is win. So let's go do it.
Little timeout here on the field. We'll keep it here for this one, but that was just a punishing run there at the end by Jamontez Woods, and it's different now. You played with Shamari Mason, and then we had kind of that back and Ravion Hargrove with him.
Yep.
They were different. I mean, they were tough on defenders because you got to try to get that guy in the open field, and he's 5 foot whatever, but can make you miss. C.J. Wilson and Jamontez Woods a little bit different. I mean, they're not gigantic, but they run with some authority, and that was some physicality.
Yeah,
right
they run behind their pads, as the old people used to say. They do good running behind their pads, and going against guys like Show, more shifty guys, and Hargrove, a real shifty guy. You gotta break down into your leverage a lot. But those guys, you break down, they put them pads down. It's gonna be hard to stop.
But you've got a teammate, and hopefully he's bouncing back from an injury situation. But he's one of maybe the best runner in the NFL, and Chubb.
For sure.
What's that like watching that in practice?
Man, hey, he's explosive, man. He's it's hard to say, but he's a great guy.
We're gonna take a break right here with the two teams. Argos up 28-3 on the UWF Sports Network.
Change doesn't happen by luck or chance.
It doesn't quit, it doesn't give up.
Real change occurs in that split second. A moment of connection among people. Who will you connect with? What will you change?
What will change you?
The University of West Florida. No limits.
What do you expect from that first job out of college? Working your way up from the bottom? Instead, how does this sound? Starting in a guaranteed leadership position with people who look to you for guidance because you're trained to give it and make important decisions in critical situations. Skip entry level. Decide to lead as an Army officer.
Groundbreaking orthopedic care is more than top-rated quality scores, more than leading-edge treatment options, more than world-class care close to home. It's all that and more. Andrews Institute. Groundbreaking care.
I need to try it first.
The Daily Medium Sub Special is back for a limited time only from Firehouse Subs. From Meatball Monday to Italian Sunday, a delicious deal for every day of the week, always handcrafted and piled high with hearty meats and cheeses, then served on a warm toasted sub roll. Order on firehousesubs.com or on the app to have your subs boxed, bagged, and ready for pickup. And a portion of every purchase helps provide much-needed life-saving equipment to first responders across the country. Firehouse Subs. Enjoy more subs, save more lives.
Can health insurance help cure loneliness? Can it take care of your best friend too? Or hold your hand for 9 months? Can it be there for you at 3 a.m.? Or inspire you to go the extra mile? We think so, which is why every day we ask ourselves, what else can health insurance do? Come find out.
Hi, my name is Morgan Zettel. I'm the new graduate assistant for athletics development, and I was a Bright Futures scholarship recipient. Honestly, Bright Futures brought me to West Florida, which with academics and sports, it's hard to choose. like what the best fit is for you, because there's more than one factor going into that. So for me, Bright Futures helped me narrow down like the best fit school for me.
They try to throw the little corner out, little fade.
I think the way the run game's been going, you take that chance, or maybe something with an RPO. The RPO has been hitting well down here. Maybe you can put Giles on the slant here.
I think I would have run it on third down. I just would have said, let me give it to Jamontez Woods, or just even let Pee Wee run it out of the. We used to run a lot of design quarterback runs. They do it here into the end zone. Argos score again, touchdown from 1 yard out, and he called it like D-Bell knows. Let's get physical.
Yeah,
let's run that thing in there. So the Argos extend the lead out. I don't think it should be 31. There we go, 34. Got to do the math on the scoreboard. Nice drive, man. Starting deep in your own end, flipping over into the third quarter and taking it the length of the field and putting it in for a touchdown. It feels like it might be time to see some second and third team guys on the offensive side of the football maybe. It really doesn't matter on defense anymore. You're rolling in and out all the time.
Right, yeah. You got a lot of subs on the defensive end.
Griff Sarah on for the PAT attempt. Kick is up, and it is through. Are we going to break here? We're going to keep it right here, as the Argos take a 35-3 lead at this point, and so feel pretty comfortable with the outcome of this one. This team, you've been a part of a championship team that wins the national championship in 2019, and then 2021, obviously disappointment with that final game in the playoffs. What's the difference? What does it take to be, walking away at the end of the season, that last game, holding that trophy, versus disappointment?
I would say them teams that go to the championship are player-led teams, teams that are also, they're advised by the coaches, but they're player-led. The players hold each other accountable and everybody else accountable. And the good teams are led by coaches, You can have a good team that's led by a coach, but a great team is led by the players, and the players hold everybody accountable. So that championship year, that's what we had. We had a player-led team. We had older guys, Q, Bam, Rod, myself, Gotel. We had those guys that was leading the team. So
see a bunch of them here. So so Bam outside, and Rod and Tate Latio.
Right.
I mean, obviously it was kind of that quiet assassin guy. I mean, we joking with him. There was a golf tournament as the kick return is on here earlier in the year, and Tate was there, and I was like, we were talking about that fourth down plays against Valdosta in that playoff game. I mean, that drive became him. Even in the championship game, you needed those yards. You threw it to 88.
Yeah, I remember the one catch when we was in Michigan. I think it's Fair State in the end zone. He caught it, pinned it to his helmet in one hand. I was like, oh yeah, We got this in the bag.
It was a playmaker. There's no doubt about it, and that's interesting. That's the difference. Yeah, player-led teams are the teams that often have that difference to them, that special nature. First down play coming here for Shorter, and it gets tough in these part of the games, for Shorter. I mean, obviously you're trying to keep your momentum rolling and do everything you can. I'm trying to see if they brought in a different quarterback here as they look down the field. And we've seen this in a West Georgia game here a couple weeks ago where they bring in a backup quarterback later in the game, and they're able to put some stuff together. And, that's one of those things. It's easy to say don't take your foot off the pedal, as that one was out of bounds when it was caught. Tougher to do when you're out there playing defense.
It's just harder if you got another quarterback in the middle of the game anyway, because you're trying to adjust that for somebody that you probably haven't been game planning for the whole week.
This ball comes out. Looks like it bounced off somebody, and then all of a sudden there's a big lineman holding it in his hands, but I think it must have hit the ground in there at some point. Opportunity to see. And we try to take a look at the replay here. It just ends up being an incompletion, but, it definitely fires it over the middle, and, bounced off somebody's helmet. I don't know. Did that hit the ground or not? Yeah, maybe straight off the ground. Coach Shu was saying, it bounced off the turf, came up high. If you're a DB and you get that in your hands, I'm like, no, I never hit the ground. That's my interception right there. Keep on running. Like Forrest Gump right out of the stadium.
Right.
And you're over on the other part of campus before you know what happened. They'll run it here. You do worry a little bit about these games, and you've been in them before where, it can get chippy late in the game when one team's really, really down.
Yeah. The other team just trying to have that fight in them, and they just want to keep on fighting to show they don't give up. So it can get a little chippy here at the end.
3rd down and 3 now, ball out near midfield. And the Argos got a chance to try to get Shorter off the field here. Really, I imagine at this point you're thinking more about trying to force a turnover. Byron Puryear is out there lined up at defensive end. He coming off the edge hard here, and they're going to try to get to the quarterback. Fires it out there, makes the completion, is going to pick up the first down. Nice little crossing route over on the far sideline to move the chains. And, Shorter, Coach and I were talking, Shorter is one of those teams that have gotten a little bit better every year. But it speaks to how good the GSC is that you can get a little bit better every year, but you're still nowhere near the top of the league.
Yeah. For sure. They've been running a lot of good quick game plays this game, so it's something that they probably should rely on going further on throughout the season to get their quarterback started.
Oh, somebody was coming at the quarterback. Now everybody's coming at the quarterback, and he just threw that football away as he was about to get lunched. Those are tough right there. It is still Brown in there at quarterback. I thought they might have changed to a backup, but no, he's still out there taking his licks, and looks like a flag comes down on this play. What about for you, D'Anthony Bell is with us from the Cleveland Browns, former Argo great. You're in a locker room with guys, from everywhere, right? From big programs all the way down to D2 programs and kind of everything in between. The Power 5. How does that play out in the locker room? Does it really matter once you're there where you came from?
Yeah, they say once you get there, it don't matter how you got here, but you're here. So you're here to work, and you just like everybody else. Nobody's different from nobody else. So shoot, it don't matter if you came from D2, D3, NAIA, Power 5. Shoot, once you're here, you're here. It's time to work.
Most impressive thing you've seen in the NFL level so far? Myles Garrett?
Yeah, Myles, Nick Chubb, Deshaun, those guys are some special guys, Shoot, and that O-line we got there at the Browns, man, it's a talented group, older guys like Joe Batonio going on like year 10, 11. So seeing those guys, and I think Joe haven't missed a snap since like year 2 or something. So that's crazy, being an O-lineman. So.
Here comes the jailbreak pressure right here, and they throw it off to the side, almost picked off again on that third down play. Second down play was 3rd and 23 now after the incompletion, so Shorter's way behind the sticks here. 35-3 is our score. 9:33 left here in the third quarter of this one. It's a win, though. It's a what have you done for me lately business, right?
Yeah.
And so, it's tough, right, to know that coaching staffs can turn over quickly if you're not producing results. And there's a lot of expectation in Cleveland, right? A proud football tradition. Of course, you probably know this by now. Lost their team at one point and got the franchise back, and it's really been kind of in the wilderness for a while, but playoff caliber type team. You're looking forward to trying to take that next step?
For sure. I feel like we have the team that can take the next step, It's just like I was saying, having that player-led leadership inside the building, which I feel like we have, is going to take us a long way.
That one comes up short of the first down, and so it's going to be 4th and long, and they're going to run out the punting team here. So the Argos get the football back. We'll see when they do if they're going to come back with Pee Wee Jarrett and company, or if it's time for Mike Rich or someone else to get an opportunity, some other players to get into the game. That's always been a hallmark of UWF teams, whether it's Caleb Nobles as the coach or Coach Shinnick. You're going to play a lot of guys.
Definitely. And
you got to be ready. And it's nice that you're a starter, I guess, for the game. It really doesn't mean a whole lot, right?
All right.
Who's playing the snaps at the end? This punt will go deep in, no return, kind of bounces around, gets out of bounds over there. Commercial break. We'll take one. D-Bell, thank you very much for joining us. We'll let Coach Shue get back in there. We'll be keeping an eye on the Cleveland Browns and the Dog Pound. We'll take a break with the two teams. Argos on top, 35-3 on the UWF Sports Network.
Change doesn't happen by luck or chance.
It doesn't quit, it doesn't give up.
Real change occurs in that split second. A moment of connection among people. Who will you connect with? What will you change?
What will change here?
The University of West Florida. No limits.
What do you expect from that first job out of college? Working your way up from the bottom? Instead, how does this sound? Starting in a guaranteed leadership position with people who look to you for guidance because you're trained to give it and make important decisions in critical situations. Skip entry level. Decide to lead as an Army officer.
Groundbreaking orthopedic care is more than top-rated quality scores, more than leading-edge treatment options, more than world-class care close to home. It's all that and more. Andrews Institute. Groundbreaking care.
I need to try it first.
The Daily Medium Sub Special is back for a limited time only from Firehouse Subs. From Meatball Monday to Italian Sunday, a delicious deal for every day of the week, always handcrafted and piled high with hearty meats and cheeses, then served on a warm toasted sub roll. Order on firehousesubs.com or on the app to have your subs boxed, bagged, and ready for pickup. And a portion of every purchase helps provide much-needed life-saving equipment to first responders across the country. Firehouse Subs. Enjoy more subs, save more lives.
Pensacola, Will Kennedy, Coach Kyle Shoemaker back on the mic with you. That was cool to have D'Anthony Bell, D-Bell,
very cool,
join us. He did a nice job doing some color, man.
Yeah,
he's
man,
providing it.
Yeah, totally. He was a pro, man.
Shout out because he's a alum, obviously, and he's part of our communication program, which I teach in. And so awesome to have him kind of come through. And 2 years in a row, he's come back on his bye week and gotten a chance to come and be part of it with us and enjoy the home. Well, it wasn't homecoming last year, but for him coming home to his alma mater. Pee Wee Jarrett's back out there. This drive will start from the 13-yard line. They'll run it up the middle. Ooh, bouncing off the first guy, putting his head down, trying to see who is that? Who snuck in there?
Something, 20.
I'm like, what are those? Or who is that? Is that? It might be Jalen Bussey right there. Normally 21, but he may be wearing 23. See if you look on our roster and see what Jalen's number is.
1, 2, 3. TJ Lane?
Might be TJ Lane then, running back, right? Yeah, could be. I believe that is 23. Yes, it is TJ Lane. A little bit bigger in there. There you go. A little pop on the right side, right back to Lane. He's going to push it forward after picking up a first down. Nice, tough running. Good opportunity to see TJ.
Yeah.
Really, I think that's the first time we've seen him carry the football this year.
Yeah, I think you're right.
So Argo's on the move. Pee Wee's still out there.
Yeah, and you saying that, it made me wonder. I wonder how much longer they're going to leave him in there.
Especially when he was down earlier, you know, kind of thing.
Yeah.
And our stats have still not counted. My stats say it's 21-3 in the second quarter, but that's it's 35-3 with 7:23 left in the football game.
Almost caught up.
Jarrett hands off again. Lane's getting the bulk of the work, and he's getting it done. Up the field, turns it loose again. He's going to get a first down out near midfield.
Real solid run there.
Yeah, I'd like to see this. Coach, what does it list him as? What does it list us for TJ Lane?
This one does not
Doesn't have it. He's definitely a physical presence.
Yeah.
Tough running, especially you love to see running backs at the end of these runs kind of put the helmet down and kind of punish the defenders a little bit. He's done a nice job of that. So TJ stays in the football game. Might be the end of the night for C.J. Wilson and Jamontez Woods, who have both been sensational in this game. C.J. with a nice 36-yard touchdown run, a couple big runs for Jamontez. They'll go middle of the line, not as much doing there, and they're able to bottle him up. I mean, why not, right? Keep going to the well.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, now you're just racing the clock now, so the more you can just keep running the ball and run your 4-minute drill, even though there's more than 4 minutes left, but just keep moving the chains, killing the clock.
If you're wondering, if you're feeling like this score looks familiar, that's because 35-3 was the final score against Kentucky Wesleyan and McKendree. I don't know if that'll be the final damage here.
They've
but
got a formula, huh?
Yeah, they're keeping it running right here. So here comes back to the opportunity for Pee Wee to go back in the first throw of this drive. They'll throw it out here on the side, incomplete. Unable to make the connection with the receiver over there. And that'll bring up a 3rd down and 10. So no gain on the first down run, then an incompletion right there. 5:52 as the clock stops right there. We're going to get an opportunity here in a second to check in with Kate Thomas down on the sideline. Find out a little bit more about the homecoming festivities from halftime. We were, of course, off the air during that with the Kenny Martin interview while they were doing all the stuff down on the field. But that's a huge part of the day. So 3rd down and 10, ball at the 49. Jarrett back to pass. Fires it out over here on the side. Makes a man miss. It's going to be a big play. Up the side to the 30, 20, inside the 20, and out of bounds. Who was that? Who was that man?
That was out of my range right there.
It was. Going away from us at the long end of the field, but it's definitely
a little dark.
We're definitely in that part of the game. 82, Anthony Ballard, I believe.
Yeah.
And you got Pee Wee out there with some guys going deeper into the roster. Maybe that wasn't 82, and I have to see who that was. Nice catch, though, and a great run after the catch. And really, you had one-on-one coverage out there, man-to-man, and you make that first guy miss, there's usually some green behind that play. So the ball is at the 18 now in the red zone again. They'll go back to the running game. Back to TJ Lane. Lane is going to dance inside the 10. Good, tough running on first down. Gain of 9.
Yeah. Great job on the inside zone there by Lane, just winding that thing back.
Good push up front. I mean, the offensive line had the defenders 3 or 4 yards downfield off the snap, and you still got the starters out there on this offensive line as well.
Yeah, no doubt.
Pushing towards another score potentially here. The Argos come into this game averaging 35.4, so you're already at your season average.
Yeah.
You can bump that up a little bit. You come up with another touchdown here.
Yeah, you can.
It's always the tricky thing. It's like you can't, when you take a knee with 4 minutes left in the game, you got to keep trying to do it. Little dump over here on the side, in towards the end zone. I'm trying to see, is that Lane that he threw it to? Yeah, the running back is running with it, catching it out of the backfield, doing a little bit of everything. Down to the 3-yard line.
It doesn't feel like we're lighting it up on a scoreboard, but if you score 40 points.
Yeah, that's a solid performance. Yeah, I mean, that's right there with our better. I mean, the last couple of weeks we've been 40 on the board on a regular basis. So doesn't mean you're going to get to do that every week. Delta did that, 49 points in their big win over Valdosta earlier today. And here we go. First down, goal to go from the 3. They'll hand it off in the middle. TJ Lane puts his head down. He is into the end zone. Touchdown Argos. TJ Lane.
The youngster
gets it to go. And so pending a point after right here, the Argos are going to have 42 on the board and a 39-point lead in this football game. Coach, that was a drive, when you're up big and you're trying to run clock, and they just couldn't stop the running game. It really kind of the TJ Lane show, but kudos to the offensive line, Coach Saulnier's group right there.
Yeah, this is O-line paradise right now. You get to just run the ball and kill the clock, and Coach Saulnier, credit to him. Those guys have been doing a great job of running the counter play, and mixing in the zone all night.
Point after is up, and it is good. So the Argos do take that 42-3 lead right there. Let's go down to Kate Thomas on the sideline. And, Kate, this has been an interesting homecoming game. A big one for the Argos, but an opportunity.
Well, Dylan Irvin and Avery Young were the homecoming king and queen for tonight for UWF, and there's been UWF festivities literally all night long. They came out during the half. They had the band. All the girls were dressed in their beautiful dresses, and if you would have seen Dylan Irvin, he was so pumped about getting homecoming king. He literally did a chest bump with his friend. It is a great night for homecoming for the UWF Argos. Back to you, Will.
Thank you, Kate. Yeah, good to get those names in there because that's a huge part of it. It's been a full week of festivities and activities, from the cardboard boat race to the Colchis concert with NLE Choppa on Thursday night. I know one of your favorite artists.
Yeah,
totally. No, the students were super excited about players and everybody. I mean, that was a huge event last night, and homecoming just gets bigger and better every time around, every year, which is awesome. And to have a game like this in front of a crowd, I believe the chancellor of the board of governors for the state of Florida was here for this game as well. So showcase for the university.
That's
and
great.
The Argos are doing their part of it, 42-3 right now. Another punched kick. Interesting to talk with Coach Nobles later and kind of find out, is this something that we're doing more frequently?
What's the thought process there? Interested to know.
So 3:51 left. This game is no longer in doubt. Probably wasn't in doubt even going to the half at 21-3. But the Argos have, done the same thing, put up another 21 points in the second half. And like you said, doesn't feel like the kind of game like, woo, we're lighting it up and we're running them down the field. But at the end.
Yeah, you look at the score, you go, ooh, 42-3, that was a blowout. But, yeah, it doesn't feel like it's been like we've been lighting it up. I will say the Argos definitely cleaned up the penalties, did seem to do a better job in the second half with all that for sure, and done well.
Back out here one more time. Here comes Shorter on the offensive side of the football. They'll start this drive from their own 29-yard line. So really the punched kicks, the grounded kicks, have not led to any big returns and have kind of put them in the same position they'd probably be if you were booting it out the back of the end zone.
Yeah, 27, 28, 29-yard line seems like just every time.
They'll run it on first down, gain of 6 into the left side of that line, out across the 35. Give them the 35. It'll be second down and 4 right there. I mean, Shorter, to their credit, I think they've got some nice formations. They're trying to move you around a little bit, but this Argo defense, just too physical, too talented, and some great speed.
Yeah, definitely. Shorter's definitely been doing a good job of getting rid of the ball quickly, and they haven't had a whole lot of time, but that Argo defense, they're doing a really good job. They've done obviously a great job of stuffing the run and have done so all year, and play a lot of man and do a really good job of kind of smothering those quick game routes. So not a lot of options of places to go.
Quick out right there to Dollard on the side, and the Argos come flying up to the football, kind of force him out of bounds. And what a great job by Amari Mitchell, the safety, of getting up there. And that's what I'm talking about, team speed, your safeties, who are really almost built more like corners for this Argo team. And they're able to fly up to the football.
Yeah.
And these plays that they're not giving up yards after the catch.
Yeah, definitely. That's so big for those safeties to be physical and come up and credit to the coaching staff. Those guys have let those guys play free, and they're pulling the trigger and getting in the run game, and they're active. Those guys are a little smaller, that are built like corners. They don't want to hit, but these safeties like to hit. That's a physical defense Coach Connor's got.
They run it on
up over there.
Run it on 3rd and 3, pick up the first down. So move the chains, and the clock continues down. Near 2 minutes now left in this football game, as the Argos lead 42-3 with exactly 2 on the clock. They'll come back and throw a little quick screen on first down. Not going to have much doing there. Out across the 35 or across the 40. See where they stop him there, a little short of the 40. Good play by the Argos of flowing to the football. You're going to need, to be progressing each week, right? Because Patrick Shagag presents a different level of challenge to you. In some ways similar to a Josh Brown and using his legs and his arm, but his arm's a little different. And the Argos are showing that they're kind of ready to face that mobile quarterback.
Yeah.
2nd and 12. They lose 2 on that. I was wondering, they didn't get back to the line of scrimmage. Dump it off here on the side on second down and knocked out of bounds after a short gain.
I hate to see those guys go out of bounds this late in the game and score like this.
Can we? Yeah. Again, there's a running clock joke from last year, but that's a whole other thing. Week 1. No, we don't play with a running clock at this level. This is not Pee Wee football. If the lead's big enough, it still doesn't matter.
That's so funny.
Let's get back to it here. It's 3rd and 7 now, as the clock has stopped at 1:14. And I'm sure if the Argos get the football back at this point, it's victory formation and ice this thing to the end.
Yeah.
We'll have a quick post-game show for you on the radio side of things. We'll get out of this as pretty much as soon as we're done. But we will hear from Coach Caleb Nobles on the radio. So if you're staying with us, even if you're watching and you want to hear that, you can jump over to the audio broadcast through ESPN Pensacola's website. They've got the TuneIn app or a link right there on their webpage if you want to join us for the post-game show over there. That pass is incomplete. It'll bring up a 4th and 7 as this one is almost done with 1:09 left. So 5-1, 3-0 in the conference. We're rolling up to beautiful. You want to go to Livingston? No.
Oh man,
you're like, no. I you know what? I got to mow the lawn.
I really enjoy listening to you. Actually,
they punt it on 4th down. Wow, I thought they might run a play, but no, they kick it away. So the Argos get to victory. Minute left, they'll get a chance to just come out and probably kneel this out. But yeah, West Alabama next week, and West Al. It's been a little bit of a struggle. I mean, a team that's traditionally pretty darn strong. They're playing West Georgia. They're down 10-6 right now in that football game. As I mentioned earlier, North Greenville beat Shawan 31-16 the final in that one. Delta and Valdosta 49-25 was the final. Let me see if I can get a more updated score. 3rd quarter of that game, West Al and West Georgia. Where are we now? Where are we in that game? 10-6. Not exactly an offensive juggernaut between those two teams. No. And that is kind of the case we saw West Al last year, as the Argos would just run one and run the clock down. They came in here and they got a good defense last year,
very
but
good.
Just not enough offense to really threaten you. And so, based on the results I've seen from West Al, next week's going to be tough for the Tigers, even at home with the Argos coming in. I mean, good chance that you're sitting at 7-1. 4-0 in conference play when you go to Cleveland, Mississippi in a couple weeks.
Yeah, that's going to be a big one. And I think Delta's obviously been playing really well. And Argos have been playing well. That one's going to be
Titanic. It'll be a top 10 matchup for sure. Both teams ranked there right now. Will be next week.
For sure.
Obviously, if both take care of their business. Mike Rich is in the game just to run this thing out. That looks like it'll be the final play of this one. So the Argos are going to get it done on homecoming. 42-3, our final score. We appreciate all of you bearing with us a little bit. Some technical things going on. Stats have been an issue today, and but it's been fun. It's been fun. DeAnthony Bell has joined us on the broadcast. We appreciate D. Bell coming home for homecoming. 42-3, our final score. Argos get the win. They improve to 5-1 on the season. Stay unbeaten in Gulf South Conference play as they hit the road next week to West Georgia. For Coach Kyle Shoemaker, I'm Will Kennedy. That'll wrap it up for us here on the broadcast side of things. For the video portion, we will have our post-game show on the radio side coming your way. Argos are winners tonight on homecoming, and as always, go Argos. We'll kick it, wrap up the coverage here, and be back with you on the radio side after a 3-minute break on the UWF Sports Network.